Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Doe Show. I'm your boy Matty Doe. Um, yeah, holy fuck, this is my first time doing this in 6 months.
That's wild.
That's a long time. It's just that I got into it because of my brother-in-law, and he would always do all of it. And I was using. Oh, by the way, I was using his equipment.
I picked that up from the episodes I watched.
Yeah, so like the equipment was slightly different. Actually, not even slightly. It was all different shit,
Gotcha.
but it's all like similar enough.
Uh,
So just like this shit's actually pretty easy because of the podcast. You don't really have to edit it.
sure. Some people do though.
Yeah, I mean, like we were just saying though, I don't like when people over edit shit.
Yeah. But again, for example, the Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman.
Uh huh.
It's a great pod. A lot of editing, but it's like it's for the fans. It's what his fans have like grown to like, and it's what I've grown to like. I love that podcast, and he just does it in the right way. Where especially the guests that come on, he has a lot of reoccurring guests, and it's so funny the way they edit in. But he has editors that do it for him. So
Yeah, no, I was saying that too,
yeah,
bro. Fucking these comedians that like haven't made have loads of money,
yeah.
dude. Like fucking. Don't get me wrong. This setup is very nice.
I think we did a good job.
Yeah, so we're at your place, and obviously you're a comedy fan too. So this is like your comedy wall.
Yep, trying to grow it.
Mark Normand, Danny DeVito, Shane Gillis, fucking Workaholics,
Yep.
and then Bert's Fully Loaded
That's the
tour
Fully Loaded. That was the best comedy show I've ever been to.
at the Gorge.
One of the best nights of my life at the Gorge.
I've never been to the Gorge.
I've been to the Gorge a couple of times. Actually, that's the other poster on the wall for No Con. But the comedy show, Fully Loaded tour, that was the first comedy show that's ever been at the Gorge, and to this
Really?
day, as far as I know, it's the only one that's ever been at the Gorge, and it was, I mean, it was seriously one of the best nights of my life. Just seeing that lineup of comedians, and
Dude.
I don't know, it was just unreal, man. It was so great.
And talk about a nice background.
Nice background. And I think I've told you this at the end of the night when Bert finished his set, and
Oh, hey,
it
bro.
was like
Remember to keep
midnight.
it close.
Yeah, it was like midnight, and Bert finished his set. You know, he gave his one off whatever, and he said they were gonna bring it back next year, and then they just lit off a boatload of fireworks, and it was a night to remember. It was awesome.
Fuck.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I want to go to more comedy shows, honestly.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this wall. I would love to put more posters on the wall, but a lot of comedy shows that I go to, they
Yeah.
just they're not like selling posters and stuff, or not selling merch at all, which is fine. But I like getting posters and shit because I don't know, it's just something to
I feel like
remember
it's
the
I
show.
feel like it's a bit far away. Am I tripping?
I think you're tripping now. Now I think you're just gonna need to edit something out of the pod.
Yeah, guys, I'm like a nervous wreck. We spent like fucking 45 minutes. Well, I did. Fucking like, I put the camera in slow motion somehow. I've never done that before. And then, I'm super new to using this equipment. Um, so I'm kind of just nervous. Like, I was saying, like, I was just saying how, like, we're friends. So it's like, you're like, it's all good. We're just hanging out anyway. But, like,
True.
bro, dude, imagine getting like an A-list celebrity on the podcast, and then they're already like pieces of shit, and their A-listers are usually actors,
Yeah.
so they're used to in their regular job just sitting around waiting for the name to come up on the call sheet.
Right.
So they're like, oh, dude, I fucking thought this was gonna be chill, and I have to wait for this fucking bitch ass comedian to figure out how to use a fucking camera.
That's why you're just having me, a regular old Joe, just a plumber, just to get back into the game, start potting again. Are you gonna like try to start doing this more, like weekly, bi-weekly, or are you just gonna go with the flow from now on?
I do want to have a schedule, so I want to do it like at least twice a week.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Well, okay, minimum once a week,
That's really cool.
but aim to do it twice a week.
Yeah,
'Cause bro, I'm not like a guy that has like a huge network of friends and people I know. So it's not
sure.
like I have like a different interesting guest or person to bring on every week.
And are you open to doing more like solo eps, or are you gonna try to have one of the homies on every week, or what?
Hmm, honestly, doing would be ideal. So twice a week, one solo ep, and then one like either just one guest or like multiple.
Yeah, be awesome. Because you have 3 mics, right?
I have three.
Yeah.
'Cause I shouldn't say that.
So we just got to leave one of the homies out every now and then.
Yeah, and I think we both know which homie we're gonna leave out.
I guess it's going to be me.
No, it's not gonna be you.
Well, we'll see after this ep if I'm interesting enough for your boatloads of fans.
You are, bro. If you were a dull old cunt, I fucking wouldn't talk to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, I haven't introduced you yet. So, guys, this is my friend Coleman.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, you're a plumber,
I'm a plumber.
and I
Pretty
mean,
boring.
you're not a journeyman yet,
Not
but
a
you may as
journeyman.
well be.
I may as
You have
well
the
be.
skills of one.
I do have the experience of one. I have 10,000 hours, under my belt, but things have held me back, and I'm not quite a journeyman according to the state. So I'm working towards it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, that sucks, and we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still making great money now.
I make okay money, and like I work for a small company, so that just benefits me all that much more for the situation I'm in. Because if I worked for a big company or one of the bigger companies in our area and I was in the situation I'm in, they would just try to hold me back. But since I work for a small company, I do make what I'm worth, and I get treated as I should instead of just getting held back like other people that would be in my situation. So
Yeah, no, that would suck.
because it really is shitty, but I've kind of just grown to accept it at this point, and I just gotta keep working and doing my thing, keep grinding, and I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Well, dude. Honestly, you got great work ethic, so you will get there eventually. I'm gonna be honest. Because we've talked about briefly how like the prospect of me becoming a plumber with you.
Yeah.
My mom fucking is dying for me to become not just a plumber, but just get into a trade.
Get into the trades. The trades are the future. I mean, it's just facts, man. I mean, not just our state, but the country, the world needs more tradesmen. And I mean, your mom is right, man. Not just plumbing, but any kind of trade is great, especially for people in their 20s or young people just getting out of high school. It's really the route to go. You don't get held back with student loans. You just get to kind of work your way up from the bottom, and especially in the trades, it pays off in the long run, man. It really does.
No, I hear you, dude. I mean, like obviously my family's from Ireland.
Yeah.
My uncle, like every time I ever see him, he's like, I don't care what kind of trade, to just get into a trade.
Yeah.
And then even in Ireland, like on my dad's side of the family, my auntie lives in like a really nice part in Dublin, and her water, like the water's like brown, and it's
Okay.
been like that for a week, and
That's
she's
not
been
good.
fucking dying to get a plumber. She can't get a plumber, and to
Hey.
be honest, she's really rich, so she's like, I have money. Just come and fucking fix it, and I'll fucking pay you loads of fucking
I
dollars.
just checked my schedule. I'm free. Just fly me over there. Tell her.
Yeah, but it just sucks that that's like the only option. I mean, like fucking.
I may be 16 hours away on a fucking plane, but I'm free, man. Just fly me there.
Jeez, fucking
And
imagine.
you'll come with. We'll hit the pubs. We'll have a couple free nights, and then I'll fix her water, whatever it takes.
Not even just you, but not even just you,
Yeah.
but I've just always wanted to bring one of my American friends to Ireland.
Yeah, dude, it would be a dream come true. It'd be so awesome, but I mean, unless it was for something like that where it was like for work and I had a reason to go, it would be so hard to like make time and to afford all that. It would be tough. It would take some time to plan, that's for sure.
Plus, you're a young dad.
I'm a young dad. She's upstairs sleeping right now. She's so cute, but
Oh yeah,
she takes up
Fucking
most of my
forgot that was
time.
there.
She takes up most of my
I
time. these
forgot
days.
this was here because it's so quiet. Fucking when I'm at Jaden's, like, because obviously Jaden's another friend of ours who's a young dad. Like, their baby's just always tossing and turning.
Oh,
Takes
yeah.
ages to get to sleep.
And she's a bit older, so like,
I guess that's fair.
Colby's still in the infant stage, so
She's like
A lot of time to go.
7 months?
7 months, exactly.
Oh, I got it?
Yeah.
That
And
was just a guess.
And I just showed you that video today. I mean, she like today started laughing so hard at this thing I was doing for her, and it was so awesome to see her. I mean, she was belting out laughing, dude. It was amazing. It's it's moments like that where you just like really take it all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just crazy, like, the difference, like, because you're, how old are you? 25?
25.
I'm 27.
Mm-hmm.
So, not like a crazy age difference, but I'm obviously older, so.
And your birthday's right around the corner.
Yeah, it is. Wow. It's like just under 2 months. 28. That's pretty. Approaching 30 is very scary.
Now you got a lot going for you, though. You got nothing to be worried about.
I know. It's more just something you build up in your head.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so funny because I remember like a year ago we were in Seattle. I was like living in Seattle, and I had these two friends I go to the casino with. And I remember like one of them was like 33.
Yeah.
And I remember me and my other friend, because my other friend, we graduated the same class in high school, so the same age.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be like, dude, he's fucking 33. We're fucking hanging out with this dude. He's fucking so old. And it's like 30's not that far.
Yeah. Also,
Fuck.
it's not that old, bro. It's like
It's really not.
like there's so much more to do. Like I almost got that way when I was turning 25, and then I was like, that ain't shit. Like I have nothing to be worried about. No matter what point I'm at in life, that's like, don't need to be feeling that way until at least 40 or 50. I feel like I don't know. Still young.
Yeah. Okay. It's just that the difference between your 20s and 30s feels like really big.
Yeah. Because especially that's what everybody says. Like, oh, you know, your 20s, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to go out. You're supposed to let loose. But then once you get all that out of the way and you start turning 30 and you haven't done shit with your life, it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah. Okay. It's more like how you're doing in life. If you're doing
Yeah.
great in life,
Yeah.
and you're 30, it's like, all right, cool. But if
Yeah.
you're 30 and you're still like living with your parents,
Right.
don't have like a great, like, not even career, but I guess even just steady job.
Right.
Like, there's some jobs where it's like it's okay if you're doing it,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, if it's like if you're 30 and you're doing it, you're gonna get some weird looks from people. Dude, I fucking remember. Oh my god, so one of my gambling friends that I had in Seattle, cause in Seattle, my group of friends were just like degenerate gamblers.
Uh-huh.
So one of them, the one I said was the same age as me, graduating class in high school.
Okay.
Me and a couple friends were at his house, and his mom was there, and she had never met us, so she came out to like meet us and for us to like introduce ourselves.
Sure.
So she was like, "Oh, so what do you guys do?" So the first two guys, one of them was like, "Oh, I'm actually I'm an architect, and I recently just got a job at a big firm with a corner office in downtown Seattle." And she was like, "Wow, that's really interesting."
Going places.
And that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
My other friend, so she goes to my other friend, she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And my friend was like, "Oh, I actually work in the Lake Washington School District, and I work with special needs kids to like help them try and develop their future and like just something along those lines." So it was like a really sweet answer. So then she looks at me, she's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a driver." She was like, "Oh, really? Where at?" And I was like, "I just DoorDash." And I was like, "Oh my fucking."
I love that you try to play it off like I'm a driver, like, oh, not a driver for DoorDash. Uber.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I'm an independent contractor for a multi-million-dollar company. I'm just a tiny little. I'm not even a cog in the machine. I'm like a speck of dust on one of the cogs.
Dude, I was at what's the place? Wingstop.
Yeah.
We got Ava and I, my wife. We got Wingstop for the first time a few weeks ago. Never been
For
there.
the first time?
Never been there.
Wow.
Never been there, and I'm like, okay, I'll go get it. So I go there, and I go inside. I make my order.
Yeah.
Little did I know I was gonna be there for 35 minutes waiting on my order.
That
Dude,
sucks.
there was at one point 6 DoorDash drivers in there.
Oh, dude.
In the lobby, like, or not the lobby, the waiting area, the restaurant, whatever. And they're all just kind of like making small talk, like, hey, you're going to want to sit down. I've been here for 15 minutes already. And they're all just like, one guy came in, he's like, how long is it going to be? Okay, I'm going to go make another run while I wait for this one. And it's like, holy cow, these DoorDashers, man, I don't know how to feel about them. And also this Wingstop, I did not want to be in there for 35 minutes. It was nothing but sticky floors, just
Yeah.
not a place you want to be.
In fact, while we're on this discussion, I'm going to open my DoorDash app and see how many lifetime deliveries I've done.
When was the last time you made a delivery?
Oh, fucking ages ago. But fucking, you can see how many lifetime deliveries, 2,501
That's how many deliveries you've made.
in my entire, in my lifetime.
Since when?
When did I first start? Early 20s?
And you're getting a tip on every delivery?
No, not everyone.
Some people don't leave a tip.
No.
That's kind of fucked.
Dude, there's a lot of fuck people out there.
That's very true. But you're automatically getting what, $3-4 from each delivery, from like DoorDash?
Not even. Sometimes it's $2.
What?
It's fucking dog shit money, bro.
To get $2 and no tip, that would be wild. I would
Well,
stop driving for
You don't
DoorDash.
have to accept the order.
So you can see beforehand if
Yeah.
they leave a tip?
Yeah, if it's a $2 order, I'm like, I'm not gonna take that.
Yeah.
But
When was the last time you made a DoorDash delivery?
oh,
You have
fuck's
since
sake.
you've been back in Spokane, right?
Oh, yeah. No.
No?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
The last time I did it was right before I moved back here and I was in Seattle. I was just doing it to like make some extra money for when I was moving.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, so I've always had like driving jobs cuz I like driving. I always just listen to music or podcasts.
Sure.
Plus like it's just easy. I don't know, it's just such dog shit. Dude, like scenarios like the one you just fucking brought up.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, that's the most annoying shit because it sucks for everyone. It sucks for the restaurant because
Yeah.
they're busy.
Because there was like 3 people working and like people like me that are just in there waiting for their order. And then you have the DoorDash and Uber drivers on top of it. And it was kind of just like, I was almost just like observing the people that came in because it's like, yeah, you're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, and then they're all pissed and they all slowly get more agitated. And then so it's like, so if you've been there waiting for a while, then you see another DoorDash driver come in, and then they're like, oh fuck, I'm here, like, they're like, oh, the food's not ready. Then another guy's like, oh yeah, you think you've been waiting a while? Wait till you hear how long I've been here. And then another DoorDash driver's like, oh, you think you've been waiting a while? I've been fucking here for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like I heard a couple of them sitting there like, yeah, how many deliveries you made today?
Yeah.
I made $10
And then
on my
there's-
last drive.
And then the 6 or 7 DoorDashers like, oh, you fucks think you've been here? I've fucking been here for 3 hours. I took a nap in the fucking back.
and like,
Still not ready.
and like it is a grind though. Like at the same time, it's sort of like, all right, at least,
Such a shit grind.
but at least
dude.
you're out there making money. You're not just sitting on your ass. Whatever it is you got to do to make money, just do it. Like
Yeah.
just do it. So I don't know, but
I still can't believe how many deliveries I've made.
I should have told all those Uber drivers to just fucking get into the trades. It's never too late.
Have you guys thought about plumbing? Just a thought. Grab your food. See you guys.
I give them business cards. Give me a call.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, fucking. It's yeah, wow, 2,500. That is a fuckload. Yeah, I've done it. I don't know. Because sometimes it actually is good. Like you can make pretty solid money.
Yeah.
Like at the peak, I was able to consistently 5 days a week make $100, over $100 a day, like 120, 130 a day,
That's good.
working 3-4 hours.
Yeah. That's really good.
No, yeah, it is. But it's not always like that.
Sure. And also, like, we have a friend that works for Domino's. You used to work for Domino's. Like, just
I did.
if you're gonna DoorDash, almost just go do something like that where you can make real tips, consistent tips, like
Plus hourly wage.
yeah, just delivering pizza or fucking whatever it is. And you don't have to worry about, just turning down order. Like, it's consistent. It's consistent. So just do something like that.
Yeah.
But who am I to talk? I don't know.
Well, I think a big reason why people like DoorDash is because I can say this from experience. It's kind of for people that are bums. I'm just going to be honest.
Because you can do it whenever you want.
Yep.
You don't have to have a 9 to 5 or like a specific schedule.
Yeah, bro, and dude,
Yeah.
as long as the fucking person gets the food, that's all that fucking matters. Like, bro, you could be driving in your underwear like drunk. Like people don't care as long as they
No.
get their food.
I always click leave it at my door. I never actually pick it
no,
up
no.
from the DoorDasher.
Well, that's why people feel comfortable not tipping because they're not gonna not tip and then have to like look the person in the eye that they're not tipping.
I can't say I've ever like not left a tip. That's just bullshit.
Well, I remember saying that to people and they were shocked. They were like, "What do you mean people don't leave a tip? How could you not leave a tip?" Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, are you like oblivious to how many like shitty people are out there?
I guess that's true. I mean, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, fucking I was gonna say yeah, because like that's why people feel comfortable not giving a tip because 99% of people will just like not open the door till the DoorDash. In fact, when I order DoorDash, I look out the people and I wait for the guy to leave.
Yeah, we check our doorbell, like our camera,
Yeah.
until the car drives away. Then I go pick up the bag outside.
Oh my god, dude! Once I fucking ordered DoorDash, and and the guy left the food at the front door,
Yeah.
and then this is on my house in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right next to the front door was a window, and then through the window is the living room. I was sitting on the couch playing Xbox, and then the dude leaves it at the front door, then starts banging on the window. And then I was like, so I was in the middle of a game, so I looked like this. So I didn't really make out who it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was my dad, like trying to be funny. And then you can message the DoorDash person
Yeah.
customer through the app.
Mhm.
He messaged me like, "Hey, that was me banging on the window." So I called him and I was like, "Bro, why the fuck would you do that?
You called
Just
it.
leave the fucking food at the door and get the fuck out of my house, bro."
Why would you call him? Had he already driven
I was
away?
just I was just pissed off. I don't
You shouldn't have called him, bro. You shouldn't have called him.
shouldn't have.
No, you
Why?
shouldn't have called him.
Why?
You're wasting your time. If he drove away and you just called him to say why the fuck did you do that, don't call him.
I think I lost the game I was playing. I was just in a shit
I think you were
mood.
having a bad day, or you didn't get any deliveries that day, so you were trying to let off on somebody else.
I was like, you know what? Let me fucking call this little fucking cunt, bro. Bro, fucking. Yeah, no, I'm being serious. It really is for bums. I'm gonna be 100. Well, okay.
Not all though. Not
So,
all.
yeah, I was just about to say the
Yeah.
majority. Like, there are people that do it for extra money because
Mhm.
they're like supporting a family.
Mhm.
It is a great way to fucking make extra money if you need
Especially
to.
if it's like a side gig, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and like not everyone has the luxury of having a car, but if you do have a car, it's
Yeah, and that's
solid.
the thing with like Uber drivers too. I feel like most of the time when I get in an Uber, it's like, somebody's retired and they're just kind of making some side dough or something, and
Remember our last Uber together?
that was great.
We fucking tipped the hell out of the guy when we were hammered. Like, can you play this
I
song
played Rage Against the Machine, and he was like, and his Spotify was in
in
like
Arabic?
Arabic, and it was. I played Rage Against the Machine, and he was just like sitting there, like, okay,
Yeah,
these American fucks.
You were-
are-
you were like, oh, this is in Arabic, but I recognize the album cover art, so I think it's this
It's
one.
kind of right, yeah.
That was fun. That was after Hans Kim, I think.
After Hans Kim, yeah. And we missed the picture with Hans Kim. I apologize. I got
Ah,
us out of there
dude.
too quick. Right when we left the building, I called for an Uber. So it's just like I don't know why I didn't think about him coming out to take pics with the fam, pics with his fans. So
Yeah, I just went onto Hans Kim's like tagged photos on Instagram, and there were so many pictures of him with fans at the club, and I was like, dude. I mean, bro, I love Hans Kim, but I wouldn't say it was exactly devastated I didn't get a photo with
I mean,
Hans
yeah.
Kim.
Also, he'll be back. He'll be back to Spokane. He makes his rounds. You know, he'll be back in the next couple of years. But
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where like, oh shit. If we would have stuck around another 10 minutes, we probably would have got a pic with him.
We did with Drew Nickerson.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Drew
Nickens?
Nickinson?
Nickens?
Drew Nickens.
Is that it?
I can't remember, bro. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
who
I'm a
cares?
huge Kill Tony fan. I can't even remember his name. But he was pretty funny that night, actually.
No, he was.
I was surprised because he's pretty hit and miss on Kill Tony. But, I mean, in my opinion. But that night, he was funny. His material was good. And his crowd work was pretty good, too.
Yeah. I still can't believe that he really, like, his story's so sad how he got brain damage.
I actually didn't know that because I don't think I've seen like his first appearance on Kill Tony, which is probably when he told the story like that. I never knew that.
That's by his own fucking, like, what would you, comrades in the
Yeah,
army?
I guess.
I
Yeah.
can't think of the other
Yeah.
better word for it.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
And it
That happens regularly, though.
kind of makes sense, but yeah, he was funny, and yeah, it was cool that he was out there after the show, whatever, selling merch, saying what's up to the fans, and that was a cool pick we got. So
Yeah.
that was something to remember from that night, and yeah, it was just that was a good show all in all, and yeah, David Lucas coming up. I'm excited for that too.
It's like a week from now.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
Yeah.
Is that
it's-
next weekend?
It's Friday, so yeah, it's a week from now.
If it's next weekend, I can't.
Oh, why?
Remember, I'm going camping.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
Dude.
I did not put two and two together.
So
But
does-
again, he'll be back. dude.
So I just have to go by myself.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I've done that, bro. Another Kill Tony vet. I saw William Montgomery by myself. I went to Mark Norman for the second time by myself. Actually, that was my third time seeing Mark Norman.
And if you go to a show alone at a comedy club, they just sit you with a random person at the
Yes.
table.
Which, when I saw William Montgomery in that way, I sat with two other guys. It wasn't too bad because I just kind of made a little bit of small talk. We talked about Kill Tony or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. I would almost prefer to go to a show alone at a comedy club rather
Yeah.
than a theater, just because a comedy club, less people, kind of a darker atmosphere, and versus a theater, there's whatever. Like the Mark Norman show I went to, there was 2,000 people, and it was like,
Gee, that's a lot.
I went by myself. It wasn't that bad, but it was just like I wasn't gonna miss it. But I would almost prefer to go to a comedy club if it's by myself.
I'm actually really happy Mark's killing it because he just seems like such a solid guy, Mark. I love Mark.
I think so too. And I feel like he might be filming a special soon, but I hope he is.
Yeah, who knows? Fucking, I started listening to the start of his latest appearance on Theo's.
I probably listened to it. When was that?
A couple weeks ago.
Also, they just had Tim Dillon on. That was
On
great.
Theo's?
On We Might Be Drunk.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
It was
yeah.
a really good episode. It was funny.
Tim Dillon's awesome. Bro.
And we were just talking about Segura on Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, you said you had a story.
Yeah, so he has his new show out, Dark Thoughts, on Netflix. Great show. I binged it yesterday. It's 6 episodes, 20 minutes an episode. Really, really funny. It's like a bunch of like short films, skits, whatever you want to call it. Super funny. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to like it or not. So I threw it on yesterday because I like Segura, whatever.
Me too.
The first sketch, whatever, killed me, dude. It had me locked in. I watched every episode, back to back, binged it, laughing my ass off. The first one especially had me dying. So tonight, Ava and I are just like, I don't know, browsing, kind of chatting, and we're on Netflix looking at stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I watched this show last night. She knows of Tom Segura. She's not like a huge comedy fan.
Yeah.
But I told her I was dying at the first episode. Like, let's just put it on. I just want to see. You're going to like this. We put the first episode on.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. It's called Dark Thoughts for a reason. It's pretty fucked up. It's not for everybody. She's immediately like, ew, what the fuck? This is gross. And immediately turns it off. I'm like, all right, well, fair enough. It's not for everybody. I mean, the first sketch is just Tom Tom shits his pants, and he's supposed to be like, I don't want to explain the whole thing, but he shits his pants, and it's fucking hilarious. And Ava didn't like it, and it was just like, I thought you would think it's funny,
Wow.
but she didn't like it.
Yeah. So you said you were saving that story for the pod. So that story was you turned on a show and your girlfriend didn't like it, so you turned it off.
My wife didn't like it, and she took. Yeah, but it was just one of those things where it's like, I I I was dying at it. I was laughing so hard, and even tonight after rewatching it, I thought it was hilarious. Ava hated it. Wasn't for her.
Wow.
Wasn't for her.
That's a really crazy story, bro.
I didn't say it was crazy. I didn't say it was crazy.
Nah, fair. Fair. I just checked. We're like almost 30 minutes in.
All right.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I'm gonna crack another White Claw. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm actually sober at the minute, guys. It's never really like too hard for me to stay sober. It's more just if I got fuck all else going on in my life, I'm like, dude, I want to get fucked up.
Yeah. So, you do plan on drinking again, or?
Yo, yeah, I was never gonna like be sober like for good.
Okay.
It was more just oh, dude, I'm just such a weird guy. I'm always just like this, dude. I'm either drinking too much and I'm like, I gotta cut this out, stop drinking altogether. Then I get to a point where I'm happy enough, start drinking again. Then it gets like too much, and I'm trying to work
Yeah.
on being like just like this.
Moderation.
Yeah, I mean, the toughest it's been is right now, and it's really not even that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's I saw a quote online recently, and I think it sums it up perfectly for me. It's a man. Fuck, I hope I don't fuck it up. It was something like, a man that has no purpose distracts himself with pleasure.
A man that has no purpose.
Your
distracts
mic's
himself with pleasure.
yeah. Keep it. Just you're going like this.
I'm with you. Sorry,
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. All right. Well.
But I feel like that like encapsulates me perfectly because dude, I fucking called you like a couple days ago, like when I was like upset
Mm-hmm.
about like, cause obviously, you know, I've been here for like 2 months now, and my whole family are like going to Ireland. Well,
Right.
my parents are there, and then my sister and brother-in-law are in Seattle, but then are also going to Ireland.
They're moving, so your whole family's gonna be out of the country.
I don't have a single other I have an uncle in San Francisco, but he's kind of a shithead. So, and we don't really talk to him.
We're on air. Be careful.
I don't give a fuck. Fucking, like, it's not like there's family gatherings that, like, it's going to be awkward at. I saw him at my sister's wedding, and that was the first time I saw him in 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna hit him up to hang out or go visit him or something.
No.
But that's your only family in the country.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was just getting into, like, how it was kind of tough for, like, on Mother's Day, because I, like, obviously miss my mom, and it just felt like so much more lonelier because I was at church, and, like, everyone was with their moms, and, like, everyone was all together as a family,
Mhm.
and then it was nice enough. It's been really nice of Jaden to, like, involve me, like in him inviting me to his place and, like, family barbecues
Yeah.
and stuff. But at the same time, like, that day in particular was kind of tough. So just going back to what I was talking about, it's days where I, like, feel like shitty and lonely. That's when I'm most tempted to, like, get drunk.
Yeah.
Cause like, bro, alcohol fucking works wonders for feeling like shit and feeling loneliness.
Sure
let's
does.
just keep it 100,
Sure
you know?
does. Sure does.
It's just yeah, so it's just but honestly, there's nothing that, like, a good phone call with a friend can't help, because after that we talked on the phone, I felt like totally fine.
Yeah, and we were on the phone for a while, and you were out on a bike ride. You know.
I enjoyed the shit out of that bike ride.
Yeah, but and like I told you that night, like, because you were just saying, you know, it would be really nice to just go have a drink or get fucked up. But it's like I told you that night, you're a strong guy. Like, you don't need to just turn to the alcohol. You know, you have other things to look forward to or other things to keep your head up. But I mean, like you said, it is good to just get on the phone or talk to somebody about it and just kind of let off some steam,
Yeah.
air it out a little bit.
And also, like, I feel like you know this, but I just want to clarify. It's not like if you hadn't picked up, I would have been like, all right, I'm just going to go to the
I'm
bar.
going to hit the bar, yeah.
It was more just like, I kind of just feel like getting fucked up right now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is why.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I, like, let it out, then I felt fine.
That's good. That's good. But, and also you're just taking a break. So, like, you still, it's kind of cool to have something to look forward to at the end of your fitness journey or your weight loss journey. Like, dude, we'll have a banger.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And it's just going to be that much more sweeter. Like, yeah, that's huge. I mean, like, yeah, obviously I've mentioned, like, I'm doing, like, I'm on a weight loss journey, but I'm also, like, filming it because I feel like it would be cool because, obviously, so me and Jacob, our favorite thing to do when we get drunk together is watch my old YouTube videos.
Yeah, you've told me that.
Bro, it's just, like, it's just so much fun, and then, like, dude, it's just so cool to look back on. And even me, myself, there have been times where I get drunk and watch my old YouTube videos. I'm like, bro, these are fucking, like, dude, some of them are very cringe. But like, obviously, like, that's how it is for everyone. But it got to a point where I didn't even care how cringy they were. I was just like, I'm so happy I, like, have these videos because it's so cool to look back on.
It's great to reminisce.
Yeah, so I just know that, like, for a weight loss journey, like, looking back on it will be so cool.
Definitely.
And because, bro, I've been, like, overweight for fucking, like, years now.
I mean, what were you saying? You're just now fitting into some old clothes?
Dude, yeah, this shirt, I wore it on Wednesday, but I wanted to wear it again because it is a cool shirt.
Hey, I'll give it to you.
It's probably my coolest shirt, but
It's the coolest shirt.
what?
That's just funny.
Bro, it's a sick shirt, bro.
Wearing my coolest shirt again.
Yeah, so I got, like, an ad on Instagram for, like, a Modelo shirt, and my brother-in-law's Mexicans, and he, like, loves Modelo. So I was like, oh, this would be a cool gift for him. So I click on the website, and this website, all they do is just sell shirts with, like, alcohol brands on it. So I bought a Modelo one for him and this one for me. And this is a large, I believe. So I bought it, and then I fucking put it on, and my fucking belly's, like, hanging out the bottom of it. I'm like, yep, this ain't fucking fitting me. I'm just going to fuck it into the closet, and then hopefully one day I can fit into it.
Gives you something to work towards.
Yeah, bro. And then I forgot all about it. And then because I moved back 2 months ago, and when I first moved back here, it was 220 pounds.
Yeah.
Now I'm just under 200.
That's big.
And I've made some real progress.
Yeah.
So then I saw this shirt, and I was like, oh, yeah. I wonder if I fit into it, bro. I tried it on.
Looks great.
Fits like a fucking glove,
Looks
dude.
great, like a glove.
Bro, dude, like, little things like that make me feel really good.
Yeah, no, that's great. And what you were saying, that's the lightest you've been in how many years?
7, 8.
That's crazy.
I know, dude.
That's crazy.
It's almost like kind of like, wow.
Because a few years ago when you were living in Spokane, you went on a big weight loss journey, and it felt like you lost a lot. But that was just 4 years ago. So you weren't even this light when you did that? Which you were big back then, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong. You were big, so I don't know how much you lost back then. But it sounds like you lost more this time.
It's hard to say because I recently went from 220 to just under 200 now. But at my biggest, when I first started losing weight, as you just referenced, I want to say I was almost 250.
Yeah.
So it's possible I lost more. I don't remember.
Maybe I'm just thinking that because you were heavier then. Because, I mean, we were partying pretty hard back then. You got pretty big.
Yeah, dude. And, bro, like, not even just big, but I was just, like I was, like, a gross fat guy.
You were a slob.
Dude, I was, like, fucking, like, Bert Kreischer, dude. But
I don't know about that. He's a pretty pretty big
he's
guy.
like a next level. But yeah, I was just like And fuck, the other day I was with Jaden and I like burped in the car and he was like, "Bro, hearing you burp just reminds me of the old Matt." Cause bro, like even you, like obviously we didn't see each other for a couple years, but then when our first night hanging out, we were like drinking, like we just were looking through each other's camera rolls of old videos.
Sure.
And it's just videos of me like burping and like farting, just like wearing raggedy ass clothes, like
I have a video of you eating pizza pipeline, absolutely covering it in Parmesan cheese, like in way over the board. It was just, it was outrageous, man.
yeah, I do shit like that.
You were a slob, and it was probably 3 a.m.
I mean, I still am to some degree, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah,
And it's obviously the booze that makes you just a slobbery old fuck.
we can all let loose sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just I don't know. Wow, it's crazy to look back on. I mean, I'm kind of blanking.
Well, does it feel good to be like potting again though? Because like I
It
said,
feels great.
I've been watching some of your old eps, and
Yeah.
I was pretty interested, but like, I just obviously noticed you didn't upload for 6 months.
Yeah, and in fact, there were a couple people I was going in Seattle. I was gonna ask to be on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But then I shortly moved out from living with my brother-in-law,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he took all the equipment with
The
him.
equipment, yeah.
So then people would message me too, be like, "Oh, I saw like the pod, like stay consistent with it." And I was like, "I will, don't worry." And then that happens, and then I don't upload for like 6 months.
Yeah.
But getting back into it is great. Like having this is like my equipment. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's different. You don't have to worry about being a burden using somebody else's, using your brother's or
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
like, "Oh, can I use it?" He's like, "Fine, just don't." Also, cause dude, like another thing is like, bro, it's not like, oh, I broke it. It's like, it's all good. I'll just buy another one,
Yeah.
bro. Camera's $500.
It's not cheap.
This was $300.
Mm-hmm.
The mics were 50 a pop,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like there's like a couple other things I can't think of that are like
Yeah.
100. So it's like $1,100.
Yeah.
Fucking, we were just talking about what if your dog knocked that shit over and you would have to pay for it. You'd probably be like,
I wouldn't be happy, but
fuck. I mean, I said I would pay for it, so
I'd punish that dog for the rest of his life.
yeah.
I love him. Man.
Sorry, Colby. No Christmas presents this year. Bandit broke Matt's camera. Bandit broke the camera.
That'd be devastating though, for real.
Yeah. I remember. Oh fuck. I remember I was saving this for the pod. I wanted to tell you. So I was at the gym today.
Mm-hmm.
So like I mentioned, I'm like doing a weight loss journey like video. So I'm just like, it's just like a bunch of random videos of me working out, and I'm gonna like figure out a way to like compile them all together.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm just getting used to filming at the gym. That is so awkward. It just because
So you're taking this camera into the gym?
I feel way too
Yeah.
awkward to do that.
Just your phone?
Yeah, and then the thing is like if I'm using my phone to film,
Yeah.
then I can't listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
And I love listening to music when I work out. And then I gotta fucking like, so let's say like where I'm sitting right now is like a bench you like sit down on to lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring the weights over. Then I gotta like fucking like look around for a place to like prop up my camera. And then I see people looking at me doing that. I'm like, oh, I feel like such a fucking like loser, bro. Fucking, but I'm trying to get better at it. So today I propped up my camera because I was filming me lifting weights. So I wasn't listening to music. There was these two guys next to me, lifting weights, and they were just like, young, kind of like douchey guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like joking around. So I heard one of the guys be like, dude, like imagine like two dudes, like they're straight, but they get married like for like benefits, but they don't like have gay sex or anything, like they're straight dudes. So everyone like thinks they're gay, but they're not, they're straight. But then they get all these awesome benefits of being married. And then the other dude was like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, I feel you, yeah, I feel you 100%."
This is a real conversation
Yeah,
you heard today.
I swear to God.
What are the benefits?
I don't fucking
I mean,
know,
for
dude.
tax purposes,
I
I
don't-
don't get it.
It's not,
What are the benefits?
bro. I don't. It's not like I threw the weights down. I was like, "Hey lads, I'm just curious." I overheard the What are the benefits? It's not like I was gonna do that, but like, But
now I want to know.
yeah, but dude, fucking so the other guy was like, "Bro, that's so funny, bro. We should start a podcast, bro." And then I had half a mind to be like, "Lads, that is just."
You should have invited him on.
I should have, but I said, "Lads, that is just."
Talk about gay marriage without the sex. I mean, maybe they have a point.
Maybe, but I just, I just had half a mind to be like, boys, that is just absolutely the funniest thing I've ever heard. You guys should absolutely start a podcast. No, but obviously I didn't feel that way, so I was kind of like chuckling to myself, actually.
You do meet a lot of characters at the gym.
So many characters.
From the stories I hear.
So many characters, bro. So many. In fact, one guy was like hogging this like bench. It wasn't like crazy busy, so it's not like people were waiting to use this bench, but like he was like hogging a bench and he had like dumbbells next to it and he had like a can of Red Bull on the bench and he had his headphones on and I swear like for 30 minutes he just walked in circles around the bench just like listening to music and he was like singing out loud and going up to the mirror and he was like
for 30 minutes, so nobody else
Bro.
could use that bench for 30 minutes.
yeah,
And he
bro,
was just
for a
taking his sweet
for
time.
a fucking while he was doing that.
Mhm.
And then I walked by him and I can hear him and he was like, man, fuck me, dude. He's such a fucking tweak fuck, dude. Like, bro, some of the people at the gym are just.
Maybe you should switch gyms.
No, it is a good gym.
Yeah.
I actually really like the gym.
Yeah.
It's just, there's always weirdos everywhere. It's just that they stick out at the gym because the gym is like primarily it's just like people kind of minding their own business, like normal people just working out.
Mm-hmm.
But then because of that, like the weirdos kind of stick out like a sore thumb. In fact, that one guy me and Jaden told you about,
Yeah.
the fucking dude who just like does TikToks at the gym.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It is funny and we do like kind of make fun of him, but at the same time I feel kind of bad cuz like I feel like he might be on the spectrum a bit.
But that's okay. You can still make fun. I mean, I think.
No, yeah. I mean, like, I'm not saying we can't make fun of him, but I was gonna say I feel bad because I feel like he goes to the gym to try and like make friends.
Fair.
So
but you're nice to him every time he talks
no,
to you. You're nice.
we've never been mean and like we kind of just like it's not like we rip into him like crazy. It's kind
Yeah.
of just like because obviously Jaden, our friend, is like he's not quite yet a professional, but he's very close.
He's heading that way.
And he's been training for long enough where he's like just as good as professionals.
He's got it in him, bro.
So this guy always goes up to Jaden like, "Oh, dude, we should spar sometime, bro." And then I can just tell Jaden's thinking like, "Bro, I would kick the living fucking Christ out of
That's
you."
what I was about to say. Because, like, there's just no shot that
No.
he would stand a chance.
No. And Jaden wouldn't like knock him down bad and then like have mercy on him. Jaden would pummel his fucking face into the floor.
Oh, I was going to say just teach him a lesson, but you think he would
No, but
absolutely.
but he's not like aggressive. He's not like not Jaden, the kid at the gym. He's not like aggressive and weird. He's like friendly enough.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. He like I've never seen him like do any sort of exercise.
Yeah.
He just walks around. And a part of me's like have you seen in Grown Ups where like Adam Sandler, like his kids are like these rich little spoiled kids
Yeah.
and they're on the camping trip and he picks up a rock. He's like, "Come on,
Yeah.
skip the rock.
I know exactly
Throw
what you're
the
talking
rock." I feel that way when I see this kid. I'm like, "Bro, pick up the dumbbell.
about.
Fucking bench. Do something." And then he just starts doing a TikTok
Just
dance. I'm
dancing
like,
in the mirror.
For fuck's sake, man. Yeah. And he just like you'd be surprised how many people at the gym do that. I don't really see them exercise. It's just more of like a social thing for them.
At least he goes. I mean, he's better than me. I pay a membership and haven't been in years.
Yeah, you're a fucking fool for that, bro.
They got me.
Wait, okay.
They got me.
Why did you originally sign up?
I went with Ava to sign up, and
Because you had a plan, like, I'm going to start working out?
sure. I always think I'm gonna start working out. I always think I have it in me, and obviously these guys at the gym, these employees, they know how to swindle people. They know how to get you in. They know how to get you to sign the contract.
Yeah.
They got me. We signed a year contract, and I was like, sounds great. Hey, and I even went. We went. We did the whole thing. I was playing basketball. It was fun. Then we stopped going. Ava canceled hers. I never got around to canceling mine. They charge me every month. What do you do? Well, not what do. You cancel it. But I just haven't been in.
Do you know what kind of threw me off is the year contract.
That's pretty normal.
I don't have a year contract.
Well, like I told you, we signed up for like, I don't know what it might be, a group membership, or like, it was one of these things where it's like, hey, if you both sign up now, we can get you on this thing where you're on separate plans, but it's almost like a deal, and you just have to sign a year contract, and you just can't cancel it for the first year. And it sounded good because we were like, hey, we're gonna be going anyways, and we didn't go. Or should I say I didn't go?
It'd be funny if they're like, yo, this guy's kind of a gullible fucking idiot. Get him to sign a year contract. And he's like, all right, I'll see if I can.
No, I feel like I heard something recently where somebody was talking about that too, where it's like, yeah, you just, you sign a year contract, you get this deal. But, that was fucking 5 years ago now.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't
4 or
canceled
5 years ago.
For
It's
some
so
reason,
insane.
Don't ask me why. For some reason, it stopped bothering me. Like a year or two ago, I was like, yeah, I got to get in. I got to cancel that. Because you have to go in. You have to speak with a manager to cancel it. And so I kept telling myself, yeah, I'm just going to go in. I'm going to cancel it. It's about time. I never did it, man. I never did it. And now it just stopped bothering me. I'm going to do it. I just don't know when.
It'd be funny if you and Ava, like, meeting up with an accountant, like, looking at your bank statements, like, all right, let's see if I can help you guys save a wee bit of money. What's this move? Just move past that. Fucking, it's whatever. So you use the membership? No, I haven't in fucking years, but I just forget it.
In fact, yeah, never.
You've never been once?
No, like I said, for the first year, we did go multiple times. And I would go there even just to like play basketball and stuff, but that was it. I haven't been in, I don't know, at least 3 years.
A lot of people go just to play basketball, actually.
Yeah, because it is a gym. In the wintertime, you need a
Every gym is a basketball court.
Yeah, but like in the wintertime in Spokane, you need a gym to go to practice and whatever. But I stopped using it for even that, and. Yeah, I don't know. They're still charging me.
Yeah, I went to, they don't have this gym out here, but it's called LA Fitness. It's in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice gym. And, like, a bunch of the Seahawks players will play basketball there.
Whoa, that's cool.
Like Golden Tate, Richard Sherman.
Did you ever see him there?
I know Richard Sherman to see, but there were other Seahawks players where the friends I would be with were like, oh, that guy's a Seahawks player.
That's cool.
But I didn't recognize him.
That's really cool.
Because I'm not a big football guy.
Yeah, fair. That is cool, though.
Yeah, it is cool. It's funny because one of my friends was like, dude, I played basketball against Golden Tate. He kind of fucking sucks. Like, I thought he was going to be, like, way more athletic. But I kind of, like, ran his shit. And I was like, all right, sure.
Is that really what one of your friends said?
That's actually what he said.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's funny because he's kind of an innocent guy, but then like he gets like weirdly competitive. So like in basketball, oh my god, dude! Once I went to the gym with him, so he like doesn't really lift. He just plays basketball. He's like huge into basketball. So we're on the court shooting around, and I was like, bro, like I'm gonna say this now. if people ask us to play, I'm not gonna play. But I promise you, I'm so bad. Like I will let you down. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, okay, yeah, that's no problem. We're just shooting around.
Yeah.
Because it's an empty court. 2 guys come in. They're like, yo, you guys want to play 2-on-2?
Yeah.
My friend looks at me like, I'm like, oh, dude,
Come on.
I can't back out now, dude.
Yeah.
I'll look like a
You
huge
played, right?
pussy.
You
I
played?
did. Dude, I was so bad. So bad. Like, we lost, like, it was first to 15. We lost by 2 points. They got to 15. We had 13. My friend scored all 13 points.
Wow.
And then, bro, I was like really overweight at the time, so I couldn't keep up. So I could tell my friend was getting annoyed, but he couldn't get annoyed because like I prefaced it with like, dude, I don't want to play. I can't.
It's very, yeah, that's
And then I
true.
got suckered into it. So he was like, he wanted to yell at me. He was like,
Just play defense.
just
play
fucking
defense.
get back on defense. And I was like, dude, I'm trying. I'm fucking dying over here, dude.
No, yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said to you, fucking, if you couldn't find anyone to play for Hoofest,
Now I know I'm not gonna use you.
yeah, don't, bro. I'm so bad. I'm better with
You threw that out there, and I was like, might have to take him up on that.
no, but you already know how bad I am.
I know.
Yeah.
We've played together, and actually, you're a body. So like, sometimes when you just need somebody out there, like it's not like you're.
That's so
Absolute
It's so insulting
you-
to say, dude.
It's not like you're absolute trash. Though.
You're just a body. Fuck,
Well,
that's so insulting.
Is it? You just said how horrible you are.
I know, but then like it's fun when I say it, but like
Oh, but when I say you can't take the fucking joke.
it's sort of like me saying my mom's a bitch, but then if you're like your mom's a bitch, dude, it's like way different.
I've met your mother. She's very nice.
I didn't think that's what you're gonna say. Yeah, so basketball. I mean, I'm better with my feet. Fucking I played soccer growing up.
Yeah. When's the last time you played? Been a while?
Years.
Yeah.
So long. I honestly, when I first moved to Spokane, like years ago,
Mhm.
I was living with Jacob,
Mhm.
and obviously we played soccer growing up, so we'd always go to CV and kick around. But then like not too long after that, then I broke my leg,
Right.
and then I just didn't really touch a ball almost ever again.
Yeah.
I actually went to Ireland a couple years ago, and I played like 5-a-side.
Yeah.
Bro, like I kind of still got it, bro.
Mhm.
But like it was more just like the being overweight, dude. I was like at the end I was like faking an injury because I was so tired.
Wow.
I was like, oh my leg's fucking dying. Oh
What?
boys, I don't know if I can. And then after I was walking normally, I was like, all right, let's go to the bar. And they were like, didn't you say? And I was like, nah, I was whatever. Let's just go have a Guinness,
I
whatever.
can still drink Guinness.
Bro.
Well, now you're on this fitness journey. You know, it's time to get back out there.
Yeah, in fact, dude, it's just me and Jacob talked about signing up for an indoor soccer league.
Really?
Yeah, but me and him haven't really talked in a while, so
That'd be cool though.
yeah, who knows? Maybe we will fucking do it. But yeah, 'cause good way to meet people too. 'Cause obviously I have like I am lucky to have like you and the other boys as friends, 'cause it's like a solid group of friends.
Sure.
But I still want to meet more people in general.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Got to get out there. You got to branch out.
Yeah. Do you meet a lot of people like through plumbing? 'Cause you obviously said you met the one guy who
Yeah.
writes erotic novels and he's a multi-millionaire.
His wife
Is
does.
that correct?
Let's not air it out too much. His wife does. She's very successful. But he took me fishing, and I actually consider him a friend now. It's really cool. Like I do meet people that way. But like mostly weirdos, you know. Actually, kind of a funny story. Pretty recently, a few weeks ago, my boss and I went to do like just kind of a typical service call. We work for a restoration company, so we fix a lot of like houses that may have flooded or houses that have had like burn damage or something, and so they're remodeling. And so we went to fix this house that had some flood damage, and being in Spokane, you meet a lot of drug addicts and stuff, and this particular guy was obviously on something, probably meth, and he kept like dipping back into his room, and then he would come out and just kind of bullshit, and he kept like he would come out, and
Mm.
I wasn't really I was doing the work, and my boss was kind of doing the talking, and my
Okay.
boss doesn't really like when people are kind of hovering over us, and my boss was like, all right, man, like whatever, like I don't know, I think it's time to back off a little bit, and this guy was like consistently saying like we were full of shit and that we were doing something wrong, and he was like, he just literally kept saying like that's bullshit, like you guys are full of shit, and then he would like dip back into his room and then come out acting all spazzy and fucking literally like I was like trying to rush through because I was getting really sketched out. I hate being around drug addicts, I hate being around sketchy people, and it was like this guy was obviously on something.
Yeah.
So he was actually kind of getting in my boss's face, and
Jeez.
my boss really isn't somebody to kind of back down, and I kind of am. Like I'll kind of like settle a situation and just like get out of the general vicinity.
Mm.
And so I fix this problem really fast. We get the water back onto the house, and this guy's like, no, you're full of shit. Like I don't want to even see your bill. I don't want to see this. Like get out. And not saying get out, but like just actually like telling us like we're doing it wrong.
Wait, after you fixed it, no problem?
After I fixed it, no problem, no more leaks, nothing. Like
Was it easy fix?
yeah, like he just needed water back to his washer, like his washer
Wow.
and dryer. He needed to wash clothes, whatever, obviously. But
Okay.
he just was like really insisting that we were full of shit. And my boss was like kind of stepping up to him like, "Hey man, shut up." We're actually explaining the situation to him too, like what was going on. And this guy was like getting in his face,
Mm.
and by the end of it I was just like boss man, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like this is escalating too quickly because like I said, my boss isn't one to back down.
Yeah.
I wanted to get out because it kind of just looks bad for the company. We don't want to look bad to the owner of the restoration company. And so it was just one of those situations where like we don't want to work for this guy anymore. And it's just we got to get out of here. So I kind of like I literally kind of pulled my boss out of this guy's face. And it was just like you don't always meet the nicest homeowners, you know what I mean?
Jeez. Would your boss fucked him up?
I think so. I mean, my boss is pretty strong. He's kind of he like I said, he's not one to back down.
Yeah, dude, guys that fucking work in like physical labor their whole life, dude, you'd be surprised
For
how
sure.
strong
My
they
boss
are,
has been
dude.
in it for almost 50 years. Also, and then I told my boss too, like I've been around some drug addicts. Like you don't really want to mess with the meth head strength, you know, because that guy could be on some stuff we don't know about.
Yeah. You see,
So.
so you think he was popping back into the room, doing meth, coming back out?
100%. 100%. I know he was, dude. He was whacked out, and he just kept saying, "Nah, you're full of shit. I don't even want to see your bid, man. I don't even want to see it. Whatever you're saying,
Fuck.
you're wrong. You're full of shit."
Did he like look like a crazy bastard or
Yes, bro. And he had like cat shit all over his basement. His basement was disgusting, and he had like a bunch of electronics and weird shit in his basement. Like you could tell he just gets super fucked up and high, and just kind of takes gadgets apart and puts them back together. Because like I don't know.
what? Every meth head thinks they're a genius. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know if you know any meth heads or have ever been. They like to work on shit, man, and this guy was obviously on some shit, and I would literally like almost was dragging my boss out the door. I was like, "We gotta get the fuck out of
That's
here, man."
Dude, just the thought of like him being like, "No, you're full of shit," and he goes back in the room. He's like, maybe I was overreacting.
Dude,
No, they are full of shit. Actually,
Well,
what the fuck?
You're kind of right because he would come out and he'd be like, "No, man, I'm not trying to cause any trouble. Like what's going on?" And then my boss would tell him
Yeah.
what we were fixing, and he'd be like, "But we don't really like people like standing over us." And then he's like, "Whatever, man. You're full of shit. You're in my house." And he's like, "Yeah, we're in your house because we got called here."
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's just one of those things where, I mean, they can't all be nice, so you got to kind of be prepared to deal with some crazies, unfortunately.
Yeah, fuck. Jeez.
But that's really just one instance. I mean, I have a lot of stories, but like that's kind of one of the more crazy ones that almost escalated.
And this is
to a
when
bad
you were
situation.
just starting out the plumbing?
No, this was like A month ago.
Oh, it was a month ago.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you just fucking figured you'd save it for the podcast or what? How did I not hear about this?
No, I called Ava right after to tell her like, hey, my boss almost fought a meth head, and she was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
But I guess I just never thought to tell you.
Damn. That's interesting, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But that's just, I mean, especially Spokane, dude. There's a lot of crazies around here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you just fucking drive around downtown. I mean, like, every downtown area is gonna be like that, but fucking.
Yeah.
Dude, you ever heard other comics talk about Spokane?
Yeah.
They're like, fuck that place, dude.
Even Sam Morrill recently on a We Might Be Drunk, Mark or somebody might have brought, one of the guests might have brought up Spokane and saying how they might have had a bad set here. And Sam was like, yeah, but Spokane, I mean, you can't expect much out of them, you know? It's like, all right, fuck off.
Bro, I saw a clip of Sam Morril like performing in Spokane, and one of the first things he said was, this place is all right. This morning I actually went for a run. I wasn't planning on it. I kind of had to. I was out on a walk, and then I got chased by some fucking meth head. I was like, fuck. That's so accurate, but that's such a fucking funny intro to perform in Spokane.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Dude, I fucking so you remember how I told you like how the last date I went on with that girl I was seeing?
You went downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were just at the Irish pub and then Lucky's and then the piano bar.
Sure.
So from Lucky's to the piano bar, cause we were pretty drunk and we were like looking up on GPS how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through the bus station
Oh, yeah.
at night,
The transit.
and I remember her being like, I'm actually kind of scared right now.
Yeah.
And I remember like putting my arm around her. I was like, don't worry, you'll be all right. I won't let anything happen to you. But in my head, I was like, yeah, we're going to get fucked up. No, not even that, but just like, oh, fuck. I would hate to have to take on fucking 7 meth heads, dude. Fuck me, dude.
Going through the, oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Spokane Transit Station. Emphasis on the trans.
Yeah. You know, I'm a pretty big advocate for the LGBT community, so I don't like to talk about that on my podcast.
I didn't say I wasn't.
Cabby, it's just the way you brought it
Hey,
up.
let's go
it's
back
just,
to episode 1 and see what your brother-in-law said.
the N-word.
Like I said, I rewatched.
You want to say it?
I'm good. I'm good.
Say
This
it.
isn't the Joe Rogan experience.
Say
I'm
it.
okay. I'm okay.
Say it.
You
Hey,
say it.
No, it's my.
It's your
my.
pod.
No,
it's
it's
your
my,
pod.
no, it's my podcast. I'm
Exactly.
giving you permission. If you want to, go ahead.
I'll pass.
Okay.
I think actually it's kind of funny.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
It's kind of funny. I think back to when we kind of first met, and I used to be like super. I guess maybe not super against it. I would always just kind of get on people when they would say it in my apartment. Remember that? I'd be like, yeah, you can't say that in my apartment. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and then fucking a couple shots of this, and then you were saying it yourself.
Careful now.
Yeah. No, I won't expose you. I mean, it is your first time on the podcast.
I'll expose you. Not my first time on the podcast. First time on a podcast.
Yeah, no, true.
I maybe I should
Having fun?
Maybe I shouldn't have said the trans joke. Can we edit that out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you think I'm fucking gonna do all that extra work just to edit that out?
I mean, all the fans are gonna see this. I'm nervous.
You would have to say something crazy for me to be bothered enough to go all the way through and search for it. You'd have to say like, I hope Hitler gets reincarnated and enslaves the Jews all over again.
You just said it.
No, but no, I didn't say it. I don't actually think that. I'm saying you would have to say something like that for me to fucking give enough of a fuck to look through the whole episode
That's good. That's
to
good.
find something like that
Well,
to edit
then
out.
maybe I'll crack it open.
Hey. Yeah, guys, so this is actually wait, hold it up to the camera. Yeah, this is Bodega Cat. This is the whiskey of our favorite comedians, Mark Norman and Sam Morril. I'll take a whiff of it. Yeah, I'm trying to stay sober, so
Take a sniff. Take a sniff. It's good stuff, actually.
I'll
I
take
like
a
it.
wee whiff of it.
90 proof. 90 proof. It's actually really good. Not just saying that because they're our favorite comedians, but it is really good stuff. And unfortunately, if I want to get another bottle, it's going to cost me $75 because I have to pay $30 for shipping.
Ever been to Total Wine recently? Is it there yet?
It's not there. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not.
Shit.
But they're working on getting it around. It's tough, man. They talk about it a lot, specifically just like distributing alcohol, like in the country. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, they've had it out for a few years now, and they've just now gotten it out to like New York and California. So hopefully it ends up in Washington soon. I mean,
I can't imagine how hard that would be.
we obviously love Happy Dad, and that came into
Very good.
that came into Washington like last year, and that's everywhere now. So that's really really awesome that I can get that anywhere. So
I was so hyped the first time I saw Happy Dad in a store. I was just at 7-Eleven, and I just saw it, and I was like, holy fuck.
same here, because usually they'll post it on the socials and stuff,
Yeah.
but I think I was in a gas station or Walmart, and it was on the shelf, and it was like, I'm buying it. I have to.
Bro, it's genuinely very good.
Yeah.
The iced tea one is like super plain. It almost has like no taste.
Yeah, that I don't love, but I never really liked twisted tea like in general.
I love twisted tea.
It's not
bro.
really for me. I don't know what it is,
Fucking love it, dude.
but like I was excited to try the Happy Dad because it's they advertise less sugar than twisted tea, whatever. That the sugar hangover isn't as bad. But then I tried Happy Dad iced tea, and it just doesn't really do it for me. I do like the peach one, but the original is horrible. I mean, just is.
the original?
Yeah, the original Happy
Fuck.
Dad iced tea. I
I
don't
thought
like
you meant
it.
the original twisted tea.
No.
Oh.
Like twisted tea isn't horrible, but just not for me.
I love twisted tea.
Yeah.
In fact, when I first moved back to Spokane like a couple months ago, and I was drinking really heavy, that's all I would drink is twisted tea. Fucking, I would go every night for a week straight. Every night, I would buy a 6-pack of Bud Light Lime, which is probably my all-time favorite beer,
Sure.
and 3 Tall Boy twisted teas. Bro.
And drink them all that night.
Yeah, like, the biggest wake-up call for me is if I'm like drinking consecutive days in a row.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, dude, I'm not in a good place right now.
Yeah.
I remember, so because my parents live in Ireland, it's 8 hours ahead.
Right.
So right now it's 1 in the morning here. It's 9 a.m. over there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one night I was hammered at like 3 in the morning, and I FaceTimed my parents. I was like, I'm like really drunk right now, and I've been drinking like a lot. And I was like, oh, dude. They were like, well, I don't know. They would rather me do that than like be drinking a bunch and like trying to keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually like super open with my parents
It's good.
as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
In fact, like too open. There's some things I've told them recently where they're like in shock. Like fucking I told them recently about how years ago I used to like work at Domino's as a delivery driver, and I would drink and drive on the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying that to my parents over the phone, and when I said that, my dad was like his reaction was just like, holy fuck.
But your dad doesn't drink that much.
No,
And
dude.
not, obviously, we've talked about it a lot, not, drinking and driving, especially on the job. But your dad does not drink that much, so he should react that way.
No, of course. And like, in fact, even though I've done that, even if I was a parent, I would still like react the same if I heard
Yeah.
my kid was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely not proud of. I used to drink and drive like a lot, but it's just one of those things you can get comfortable doing, but then as you get comfortable doing it, that's when you get reckless,
Yeah.
and then you can obviously like end your or someone else's life and just get in huge trouble.
Yeah.
So
The big part of that is someone else's life. Like,
yeah, of course.
You
That's
just
the s-
hear too many stories of someone else, literally ending someone else's life.
and then the
because you
drunk
were having a
driver was okay.
Yeah, because you were having a fun night out.
And then you hear and bro, it's never like another sack. It's never like another sack of shit they kill.
Yeah.
It's always like a mother and a child.
And hey, we've all made mistakes. We've all done it, but you just have to learn from your lessons.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I've probably done. And I've never done it and I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm going to keep doing it." Like every time I do it, I'm like ashamed.
Yeah, like I've had like whatever. I like Sunday scaries where you wake up the next day and you regret a night of drinking. The worst I've had it was when I drank and drove. It was just like
Bro.
I felt like such an idiot, dude. And I
Yeah.
had so much anxiety.
Like a lot of shame.
Like there exactly. So much shame. It's just like, oh my.
Even if
what was
nothing
I doing?
even if nothing happened.
Nothing came about mine. I mean,
Yeah.
other than my wife getting mad at me, but like it was just like, oh my, what was I thinking, dude?
Yeah.
So stupid. It's so stupid. And the last time I did it was, it was like a big wake up call. It was just like, I actually, that was years ago, and I've Ubered every time I'm going out, and it's like, all right, I plan on drinking. I'm Ubering. There's just no doubt about it. Even if I think I'm gonna have an easy night, I'm not risking it. I'm Ubering. It's too easy to Uber.
Yeah, and another thing is like, once you kind of start, if you're like someone who has their life together, you kind of start to get your life together. You kind of realize like, if I can't afford to get an Uber, then I shouldn't really be going out to the bars and spending a bunch of money on booze anyway.
Yeah,
You
because
know-
you definitely can't afford a DUI.
No. In fact, dude, it's like I can't believe I haven't gotten a DUI, and so many people I know have one.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
just one, multiple.
right. Same here. Same here.
Yeah, it's not good.
And
In
we know a couple people that probably, other than ourselves, should have a DUI.
Oh my god, dude, I had this one friend in Seattle. Recently he told me a funny story. Well, it's obviously fucked, but it is kind of funny. He told me a story about how like this was his second DUI, and it was on the 4th of July. He was driving home blacked out, and he was driving on the opposite side of the road, and
No.
some like old woman put him under citizen's arrest.
No way.
Yeah, I guess he was so drunk, he just wasn't able to like get away. So like the old woman just put him under citizen's arrest.
Thank God for that woman.
Yeah.
Because although it's, I mean, I've always wondered about citizens' arrests. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I love body cam videos and stuff.
Oh, dude, they're addicting to watch.
And I've seen a few where it's like, I'm putting you on citizen arrest. And the person's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. And maybe just leave and then get caught by the cops. But it's like, what if you just tried to put somebody under citizen's arrest? Like, what do you do? Just call the cops and like hold somebody back?
Yeah, and then it's like, to what extent can you go to put that person under citizen's
I don't think I would have
arrest?
the willpower to hold somebody back and like put them under citizen's arrest. I mean, maybe if like in your friend's instance, if they were so drunk, like it was easy to keep them around, then maybe. But like putting someone under citizen's arrest is wild.
I just hope I never have to be in that situation, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you
Fuck.
just had a instance recently where you saw somebody have a bad crash downtown Spokane.
Yeah.
That person was probably fucked up.
Dude, I mean, the way they crashed, like, yeah, they had to have been.
And didn't you say they just got out and walked away? Or did you not see it?
No, I saw the person immediately get out and just sort of not run away, but they sort of speed walked away, like they were kind of like freaking out, but they were kind of in shock, so they didn't just. It was almost like their mind was torn, like their initial reaction was get out, like, just get out.
Yeah.
But then like the logical side that was still like somewhat intact was like, no, you can't just run away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but it was bad. In fact, Jaden told me that, was it last night? I think last night or the night before, he said someone drove like their car through the front entrance of River Park Square, the mall.
Ava just showed me the picture of that last night, and
Fuck.
that's wild. Downtown Spokane, the mall.
And it was at night,
Yeah,
so
but
when it was closed.
Ava said she saw the news report. The person was not intoxicated. So how the fuck do you do that? I mean, they had to be on their phone or something.
Dude, to do that even from just being on your phone?
I actually have a pretty
Maybe it was an old woman.
I have a pretty crazy story when I first got my job plumbing. So this was 2019, and I was running late for work, and my brother Willie got me my job
Yeah.
plumbing, and I was running late for work. I was leaving my girlfriend's house, and I was texting my brother to tell him I was going to be 20 minutes late for work,
Mm.
and I was texting him. So I looked down for like 5 seconds, and then next thing I know, I'm up on a curb. I run over a speed limit sign, and the whole fucking like the part of the sign that is embedded in concrete in the ground, like tore open the bottom of my car, and it tore open the gas tank. So I spilled gas all over the road and all over the grass, and I was in like a suburban neighborhood, so it was just so embarrassing. And I was just texting and driving, and I was really honest about it and open about it, and I called my girlfriend's mom to like see what I should do, and she said I should call the police to like report it because it's like public property or whatever, county property.
Mhm.
So I did that. The firemen showed up, like sprinkled some sand on the
I've had that happen.
Yes, they
Yep.
sprinkled sand over the gasoline to get it off the road
Yeah.
or whatever. And then a cop showed up. Like, I had already called a tow truck. A cop showed up like an hour later because I called to make a report. The cop showed up. He's like, it's too little of a report to even write the paperwork. So like, I'm just gonna let you go. Like, it doesn't even matter. And so I got my car towed and got it fixed, and it wasn't a big deal, but it was just so embarrassing because it was in like the suburban neighborhood of my girlfriend's house, and it was like, oh my god, bro. Of course I'm such an idiot. I had to be
for
texting and
fuck's
driving
sake.
right when I have a new job, but luckily I was just going to work for my brother on his crew, so it was like he wasn't too pissed or anything, but it was like, don't text and drive. Don't be a retard.
Yeah. Yeah. And you saying that about the sand and the gasoline,
Yeah.
that reminds me. It also kind of brings me back to when I knew, like, it was a big wake-up call for me to stop, like, getting behind the wheel when I was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
So, last summer, I was just going through, like, a weird time, and I was, like, and I just wanted to drink, but I was getting really back into bike riding because I used to love it as a kid. So every time I wanted to drink, I would just go for a bike ride and like a run instead.
Mm-hmm.
But then one night, I was with my sister, brother-in-law, and like all their friends, and they were drinking. So I had some drinks with them, and then I was drunk, and I was like, oh, I want to go for like a late night bike ride.
Mm.
That sounds really nice, but I was like working all day, so I was like really sore, and I lived like on top of a hill, so I didn't want to bike down the hill, then have to like bike back up, or even just walking while carrying the bike up a hill is fucking balls. So I was gonna bring the bike out to my truck and put it in the bed of my truck and drive like 30 seconds down the road to like a nice flat area where I could just sort of ride around.
Yeah.
So I was so fucked that like I brought both bikes out for some fucking reason.
For some reason.
And bro, I put him behind the tires of the back of my truck.
Yeah.
I think I set him down, and then I got in my truck to check something, and then I got in my phone, or went on my phone, and then I was like, found some funny videos, so I was like, that's funny. And I was like, all right. And then it backed up over the fucking bikes. And for a sec, I was like, did I just run some cunt over, bro?
So you had been drinking.
Yeah.
Why did you get in to drive? Where were you gonna go?
No, I just got in my truck to check something.
And then why did you put it in reverse?
Because I was drunk, and then I like went on my phone to look at something and I saw a funny video, so I completely forgot I hadn't put the bikes in the bed of the truck. So then I backed up over the bikes, fucking crushed the two bikes. They're just like fucking useless now. And it put a fucking tiny wee hole in my gas tank.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fucking Christ almighty. So then like so yeah, both bikes were fucked. And then so then my truck was just like leaking gas.
Mm-hmm.
So I duct taped it, and then all the gas was like, there wasn't that much gas in it, so it all leaked out, and I duct taped it, and then so then I used I booked an appointment at Lens Automotive to go get it fixed.
Sure.
And so the morning of, right before the appointment at Lens, I used like a gas canister to put in a tiny bit of gas just to drive down there.
Mm-hmm.
So then they called me and they're like, hey, we got to cancel the appointment. Like, we just can't do it. So I was like, all right, fuck. So then my truck is just still out there with a bit of gas in it, like leaking.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I go inside. Then just fucking loads of fire trucks just show up outside my fucking house.
No way.
So then my sister was like, hey, look. I think there's something going on outside. So I look outside. I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? That's crazy. And then I was like, oh my God, I think I fucking know. And I was like, all right, I'll be right back. So I go outside, and they're all like looking at my truck, and I go down there, and they're like, hey, is this your truck? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you know it's leaking gasoline, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. It's just that. And I explained the situation to them. So then they put a bunch of sand under it.
Wow.
And
So did somebody call the fire department?
yeah, some lady walking her dog like walked by and then like smelled the gas and then saw it leaking out, then called the fire department.
That's wild.
Yeah, so then I just tried to get it temporarily fixed because I was just desperate for some sort of fix, man, because it was $3,000 to replace the fucking gas tank.
What?
So
Wait, real quick.
yeah.
$3,000?
Mm-hmm.
When my car got fucked up, it wasn't only the gas tank. It was a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It was $700.
I don't know, dude.
I think you got ripped off. You got scammed.
I guess so, dude.
Nah, maybe there's more into it than we know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just an idiot. I've made a lot of fucking silly fucking mistakes.
Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself.
But so before doing that,
Yeah.
I went to the like Home Depot and got, you know, the JB Weld epoxy putty.
I do, of course. I had to use it on my own gas tank.
yeah. So I did that. Worked perfectly.
Yep.
Then after a week, it started leaking again.
Oh man, mine didn't.
So basically, I didn't know how to go about replacing it or fixing it. So we had a family friend who like apparently knew the best way to fix it. So that's what she told us, like, oh yeah, I know someone who can put it on. It's gonna cost as much though.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck. All right, fucking put her on. Then. Jesus Christ, dude. So yeah, fucking. But dude, honestly, after like for the next couple weeks after, when I've mentioned this before on podcasts, but like for a while, I've just done couch flipping for work. So this is when I started doing the couch flipping, and it was going really well, and I didn't have any other job. So without a truck, I couldn't do that, so I couldn't work. And then also I just felt like so much shame, not only from myself, but like my family were really disappointed in me. And the bikes were destroyed. And honestly, like just like the joy of going out and just biking was like one of the main things that was keeping me from like other shitty habits like drinking, smoking, being a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So the next couple weeks after I did that, I was just like in a really bad place, dude.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Kind of got you down.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like, dude, of course I'm gonna make more mistakes, cause like obviously I'm a human.
It's life.
But I feel like I'd like to think that I like have made the majority of at least like the silly mistakes, like ones where it's like so easily could have been avoided.
Yeah.
I like to think that, but
Mistakes come with life, like you just said. It's bound to happen.
I know, but it's just like silly mistakes.
Yeah.
You
Also,
know?
I just for some reason this popped into my head. How long has it been since you smoked pot?
Okay, well, do you remember when I came into town to go on that date with that girl?
Yeah.
Well, the night before I went on the date with her, I actually smoked a tiny bit of weed with Jacob.
All right.
We were like really drunk and he was smoking weed, so I took like 1 or 2 hits
Sure.
and I got like kind of high from that.
Sure.
I guess that counts.
I mean, it obviously does, but other than that,
Besides that, it had been like before that it was 2 years.
wow.
Yeah.
And are you done for good, or just don't even know, don't care?
Fucking I'm not saying like I'm never going to smoke again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably likely never going to smoke again the way I used to.
Yeah.
Dude, it is so weird. Like, yeah, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but yeah, obviously, like for a good 10 years, I was just like a huge pothead.
Right.
I feel like we all are, at least to some degree.
Join the club,
Like-
of course.
You know, not even pothead, but just regularly
We
smoke.
live in a legal state.
Yeah, regularly smoke weed.
Yeah.
So and yeah, and just being in Washington, like everyone kind of did.
Yep.
And so yeah, like for 10 years I was like a very avid smoker. And then fucking dude, I moved back to Seattle from Spokane
Mm-hmm.
and I would smoke weed a couple times and it would just give me like horrible anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, you know how sometimes you smoke and you get a little bit of anxiety, but it's not too bad?
It almost it's like par for the course. It comes with it. You just kind of get used to the anxiety.
Yeah. So like,
That's how I feel.
yeah, no, of course. And it like for me too,
Mm-hmm.
but it got to a point where it was if I would smoke weed, it was nothing but anxiety,
Mhm.
like pure anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, the craziest part is like, I don't even know what changed. Like, but it's just not the same anymore.
Yeah.
So I did it like 3-4 times. And then when I moved back to Seattle, I had this buddy that I would go out to the casino with, and he would always have a bong. So we'd take like a fat bong rip in his truck before going into the casino. And I remember the last time I did it, took a fat bong rip, went inside. And then, so yeah, we were in the sportsbook section, and my friends had like money on games. And obviously everyone else in the sports section did.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously casino, bright lights, so many different TVs, so many people like also drunk,
Yeah.
fucking like so emotional because they have money on these games.
Yeah.
And I remember just like seeing everything around me and I was like,
Freaking out.
dude, like, bro, like, and then I remember saying to myself, like, I think I'm done smoking weed.
Wow.
I just think I'm done. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it's just pure, like pure anxiety and nothing but. It's not even a little bit enjoyable for me anymore.
So this last time you did it with Jake and you were really fucked up, do you remember, did you get anxiety, or was it just the alcohol outweighed the pot?
Yes.
'Kay.
Yes. Like I
Does
remember.
that make sense?
Yeah, because like, you know, drinking, like you get like, you know, you get a bit more of like an arrogant, like confident, like you're just kind of able like normal emotions don't process necessarily the same in your brain. So like it was weird, like I felt anxiety, but the alcohol sort of like counteracted it,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting. I remember I couldn't stop laughing. We were just like randomly driving. I was like, bro, I can't stop laughing, bro. It's so funny.
So you were
bro.
driving. You shouldn't have been driving.
Dude, I mean, like I said, bro, I made a lot of
We all
mistakes.
make mistakes.
Yeah, so And so, but then 2.5 years ago, that time at the casino, after that, when it was really bad and I decided I was going to stop,
Yeah.
the craziest thing was I was able to go 2 years without doing it. And even the first couple days, weeks, months after stopping it, I didn't crave it or want to do it ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, there were times where I would stop smoking, but then I'd always be, like, itching to smoke weed again.
Yeah.
But this time, I've never had a single desire to ever do it. And it was, like ever. It was so weird because also my brother-in-law's a huge stoner.
Yeah.
So he would always, like, be like, have a joint and then offer me some. And I'd be like, I can't, bro. I can't.
And it's not a bad thing because obviously smoking pot does make you a little more lazy and stuff. It might drag you down,
Yes.
especially with you being on your weight loss journey, your fitness journey. It might only drag you down. So it's not a bad thing that you're not really into it, at least right now.
Yeah, honestly, because remember how we talked about, like, 4 years ago, that one summer I was losing a bunch of weight?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember during that I was taking a break from drinking, but I was still smoking weed.
Yeah.
Dude, the smoking weed makes dieting so hard
Yeah.
because after the gym, I would smoke weed and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I need to, like, make this meal, but I need to get a couple things from Safeway."
Mm-hmm.
So I go to Safeway High, and then I'd just, like, be in the cereal aisle and I'd be, like, staring at a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch for, like, 45 minutes. And I'd be like, dude, I'd eat the fucking shit out of that. And I'd be like, no, stay focused. You need beans. And then I'd walk down and I was like, oh, Oreo cakes. Oh my God.
You can't pass it up.
Bro, there's actually, if you're high and you're at Safeway
Yeah.
or just any store, there's so many different foods that look so good.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Tell me about it. I fall
Bro.
victim to it a lot. I mean, I was just telling you the other day, 2-3 days a week, I'm eating donuts and Pop-Tarts for breakfast.
Yeah,
And
how
it's
the
just-
fuck do you do that?
It's bad
bro?
habits, but
Do you know what I saw at the store the other day? And I have to take a picture of it because it looked so good.
tell me.
It was like this fucking... It'll take me a sec to find it. I don't know about you, but I have 3,500 photos and videos in my camera roll.
Yeah, I have a lot. It's only gotten more since I've had a kid, too. I just take pictures
That's-
nonstop.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Do you know how many Jaden has in his camera roll?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
24,000.
How does he have any space on his phone?
Apparently, he pays for extra storage.
Yeah, you buy cloud storage,
Yeah.
99 cents a month. I also do that.
Fuck. Oh, okay, but I saw these at the store the other day.
What do we got there?
Read it out loud.
Thai iced tea death. So is that like liquid death?
You know Irish Death?
I know liquid death.
It's not liquid death.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Dude,
Is that alcohol or just tea?
Thai iced tea. It says alcohol 6.5%. Ale brewed with coconut, vanilla, and tea.
Sounds like we should get it when you start drinking.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Oh, look to the left of it. It says
Looks-
Irish Death. That's the original.
Looks delicious.
You see it?
Isn't liquid death a thing?
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, I've never
but
had
that's
one.
not in any
No.
they're not any partner.
No, fucking Irish Death. That's the original.
Okay.
It's sort of like a Guinness type thing. It just looked really good. And I was like, I took a picture of it. I was like, I'm absolutely drinking that.
It does look good. I would like to try that.
What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? I mean,
Bud
Jesus
Light.
Christ. I always just like drink beer. I always drink a light beer. Coors Light, Bud Light.
Something shit.
Coors Light, Bud Light. You know, fuck off. I'm not Irish like you. Yep, Shane Gillis, sponsored by Bud Light.
That's awesome.
It only got me drinking Bud Light more because I'm such a Gillis fan.
Yeah.
Which is obviously why they partnered up with him.
Mm.
And then when they ran that it was like a Super Bowl ad promotion, whatever, for Bud Light with Post Malone and Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
And I was like, it only got me buying Bud Light more. But honestly, I drink a lot of seltzers like White Claw, Truly, Happy Dad. I don't really have a favorite. I don't really have a go-to. I just kind of drink whatever I'm feeling that day. If I'm at a bar though, I'll just order a Bud Light.
Yeah. If I'm at a bar, do you know what I love to get? A Stella Artois.
Yeah, I like Stellas. I like Modelo, Dos Equis.
Modelo's very good.
Dos
Modelo's
Equis are
classic.
good. I don't have a huge preference. I don't really have a favorite. Like you said earlier, I do love Bud Light Lime. They go down so easy.
So
And then
good,
when we're
bro.
on that topic,
So
Corona with a
good.
lime is, I mean, come on.
Yes.
Come on. When you crack a Corona and then squeeze a lime into it, dude, on a hot summer day, it hits like no other. Hits like no other. So good. And then wash it
Yeah.
down with some Bodega Cat. Come on. Or wash the Bodega Cat down with some Corona. Come on. It hits nice.
You know
No, don't do it. Just sniff it. Just sniff it. Give yourself another little while.
Nah, I'm not that fiending.
Um, but yeah, I don't necessarily have a favorite. I just kind of drink
What
whatever.
about cocktails?
Cocktail, I don't have a favorite. I usually just have a
Do you
shot.
like cocktails?
I guess I usually just have shots if
Remember
I'm
I
at
came over and I made
Moscow Mules.
yeah,
Love Moscow Mules, especially the
Bro.
ones you made. Those were tangy.
bro.
I love tangy, bro. Also, I was telling you the other day, White Claw Surfs, dude, they're so good because I love flavor. I love tangy.
Bro, I gotta look these up.
Look
I've
it up.
never seen these, bro.
Look it up. They're so good. They're so tangy. I love jaw clenching like drinks. I love
Jaw clenching.
Yes, I love like when I take a drink of something tangy and I have to clench my jaw. That's how I get with White Claw Surfs, and
Jeez, I've never seen
I
these.
love them. I love them.
Whoa,
I love them. I really do. But
the flavors look good. Citrus yuzu smash.
isn't there like a pomegranate one? But
Tropical pomelo smash.
dude, so good. But I don't know. I don't have a necessarily go-to. If we're talking cocktails or like liquor, and I'm out, I'm usually just getting shots of whatever's going around. If I'm ordering a kind of like hard liquor drink, I'll just get like a whiskey Coke or something. But I'm not much of like a connoisseur. I'm
Mm.
just like I'll drink what's there.
Yeah, dude, I was such a little fucking sucker for Long Island's, dude.
I don't think I've ever had one.
You being serious?
I'm serious. I don't know what's in them. I don't know what they are.
It's like fucking 8 different alcohols and then a little sprinkle of fucking like
Sprinkle.
yeah, fucking like iced tea or something.
I'll tell you what I never had.
Very strong,
Yeah.
but very good.
I'll tell you what I never had until I went to Maui and my mother-in-law told me to get them, and I absolutely loved them. Haven't had them since, but loved them. Is Mai Tais. Went to Maui on the beach in a cabana having Mai Tais. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. So good. Hits the spot, dude. If I Ava and I are dying to go to Mexico. If
Yeah.
I'm in Mexico, dude, I'm ordering whatever that seasonal drink, that tropical drink. If I'm in Hawaii, like I was a couple years ago, and we ordered some Mai Tais, dude, they hit the spot.
Yeah.
I love a tropical drink, especially if it hits in the setting that you're in.
Dude,
Come on.
what's best is if the bar is right by the beach. I remember we were in Hawaii when I was really young.
Yeah.
And my mom was always getting pina coladas,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Oh, that looks good." So I was like, "Mom, can I have one?" She was like, "Sure." Can I get a pina colada? And I was like, "Hey." And she was like, "Make it a virgin." And I was like,
Come
"Nah."
on.
I was like, "Ah, you bitch."
That was the other thing in Maui. Like, I tried, like, mango and I think peach pina coladas. Very good. I had never had a pina colada before that. So good.
I love pina coladas. dude.
But, like, oh, my God. When you're on a beach and you're drinking, like, some kind of slushy alcoholic beverage, they hit different.
Dude. Yeah, like on vacation, like a foreign
You
place,
don't have
dude.
to worry about nothing
Dude.
except what's in your hand.
One of my favorite memories, not quite Hawaii, but just like being on vacation drinking,
Uh-huh.
is like walking around the streets of Dublin
Yeah.
drunk. Oh my god.
Sounds awesome,
I
dude.
mean,
Tell your aunt to pay for my flight. I'll fix her plumbing. We'll go out. We'll have a couple Guinnesses. We'll go find McGregor. We'll have a good time.
oh my god.
I can't believe you met McGregor.
Yeah, me neither.
I also love
What?
I love the story you tell about your dad meeting McGregor.
Yeah, I was such a pussy bitch, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, it's not a pussy bitch. It's so fun. It's how I feel like maybe just me. It's how I would act if it's like. Thank you, Connor. I love you, Connor. I love,
How my
Please
dad acted.
take a picture, Connor.
Oh. I thought you meant like me being too shy, my dad asking him to take a photo for me.
Like that's just awesome. That's just awesome. Is that you're such a fan, but you were too scared to go up to him, and your dad is like, "Yes, I want this for you, Matt." And then he's like, "Thank you for the picture, Connor." But
My dad was just licking his ass, bro. Oh my god.
I would be too. That's the thing. I would be too.
It's just funny because it's just funny how much shit my dad talked about McGregor and
But
how
then
much
it-
he says he doesn't.
But then
like
when you're
him.
in the presence of a fucking multi-millionaire, and it's like, "Thank you, Connor. I love you, Connor. Can I get another picture, Connor?"
Especially a guy that got all those millions from beating the snot out of other people
And selling Proper 12.
in devastating fashion too. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
he's selling Proper 12 put him over the top. He's worth $500 million.
No, I know that, but he wouldn't have got there if he wasn't.
Yeah, if he wasn't a fighter and he rose to stardom. Yeah, you're right.
Did you know he was a plumber?
McGregor, you told me that recently.
Yeah,
You told me that recently.
he started out as a plumber.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he talked about how so he wasn't like you. It wasn't just one guy.
Yeah.
It was like a big like company, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, I guess like for bigger companies, it's like it's like a huge job site, and then it's like people working in different sections.
It's like a commercial site. Yeah.
Yeah, so he talked about how like yeah, because like I said, like in Ireland, like trades are so valuable.
Yep.
Like so I'm guessing just what happened to Connor is like the same as what my family said to me. They're like, "Look, Connor, like you're done with school, you're not really doing anything, like you should just go into a trade." And he was like, "I'm not doing anything else, so I guess I'll do that just to keep his parents happy."
Mm-hmm.
So then yeah, so then he like found a plumbing job, and he would just get picked up at like 5 a.m. to go to this like he's apparently like in Ireland you have to drive a lot
Yeah.
because things are far away.
Yeah.
So he said it was like an hour and a half to the job site.
Yeah.
So you would go out there, and he was like the young kind of bitch boy that everyone would kind of order and boss around on the site. And he said after he said he was an apprentice and he did it for like a year, and he said one day it was like a scene out of a movie the way he described it. He said he was sitting in the back of like one of the trucks, like eating lunch with all the guys, and this song started playing on the radio, and then he was just kind of looking out into the distance, and it just kind of hit him like what am I doing? This is not who I am. This is not the life for me. So he got up and he just walked out and just went home, and then he went back to his parents' house, and he's like, "I'm never going back to that job ever again." And apparently him and his dad like fist fought.
What?
Yeah.
And then he became the biggest fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I say? You know, plumbing's not for everybody, and hey, in my case, fighting's not for everybody.
True. Dude, everyone just has to do like whatever they feel like is their calling in life, bro.
Yeah, it's all about passion. It's like,
And just what do you want out of life?
for sure. Like in my case specifically, I'll have a lot of people ask me like, because plumbing is not something that most people aspire to get into
Yeah.
or want to get into. So I'll have a lot of people ask me like, how do you like plumbing? Or do you,
I remember asking you.
do you like what you do? And it's like, I do like what I do, especially now that I can do it with such ease and I don't have to think about what I'm doing. But also, I just like that I'm passionate about something, and then I have a lot of goals that I've set for myself in this, and in like the way that I want to open up my own shop, and I don't want to work for somebody the rest of my life. So it's all, I mean, it really just is passion. It's just like you got to set goals and you got to work towards your goals, and that's what I've done. So when people ask me like, do you like plumbing? I do like plumbing, but I more so just like that I've set myself up to really exceed in life, especially later in life, and I've got myself into a career where I can make good money.
Mm.
So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where there's a lot worse things that I could be doing. So, I do like what I do, but it's mostly about passion, and it's just about working towards a better life and working less really later in life. I work really hard now so that I can work less later in life
Yeah.
and have people working for me. So that's pretty cool, but it's definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, and dude, I kind of just realized this like just now, but it's kind of perfect because like it's something where you can start out small, but you don't get too complacent. There's not like a really low ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a high ceiling where you can work yourself towards and get to.
Yeah.
And at the same, it's like a clear path. It's not like something that's like super uncertain and it's like this huge risk
Mm-hmm.
and such a small percentage of people actually make it. Like it's like, it's a clear direct path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Is it almost are you saying like low risk, high reward? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, yeah, well, you still have to put in a lot of work and time.
Yeah.
But it's like
But once you know what you're doing, like I do now, there's not a lot of risk.
yeah, 'cause like obviously like for McGregor, like think of how many people have been in that same situation and they didn't have the confidence and skill that he had, because like not dude, like any form of like sports, entertainment, like anything, like there's absolutely zero guarantee. In fact, the odds are so heavily against you,
Yeah.
like to make it. It's like I could piss away like so many years of my life and not achieve this.
Yeah.
But for you, it's almost kind of a given that if you do put in the time, you will achieve it.
For sure.
It's just going to take time.
Yeah, exactly. And
So
like
now you get what I'm saying.
I do. I do for sure. And it's like you just said, it's confidence. You just have to have confidence in yourself. And that almost goes for any kind of work line that somebody gets into. It's just confidence. Like before I was ever plumbing or ever thought about plumbing, I just knew I didn't want to work for somebody the rest of my life. So like,
yeah, fuck that,
dude,
bro.
before I was plumbing, I was cleaning grease. I
remember you telling me about
I was
that.
I was cleaning grease off of it,
At the steam plant.
Steam plant. Shout out steam plant downtown Spokane. But like I was cleaning grease off of kitchen floors and kitchen equipment, and it was like graveyard shift, and it was like
Oh.
I remember telling my mom like I'm not gonna stick with this unless I can just like work towards owning the company. I just knew I needed to own the company. Whatever I do, I'm not gonna work for somebody the rest of my life. I got to be my own boss. And then I found plumbing, and I actually hit the right moment where I could like kind of go work for my brother and then continue to work for my boss. And I'm gonna open my own shop in the next couple of years and work for myself. So that's gonna be really cool. But I always knew that from the get-go. Whatever I was doing right out of high school, I knew I didn't want to work for people the rest of my life because nobody likes their boss. Everybody talks shit about their boss.
Nope.
I do it now. Everybody does it. You don't want to work for people the rest of your life. And maybe some people do. That's fine. You know, maybe you're just stable and you're happy.
Or they
with your
just don't
life.
have the balls to like get out of their comfort zone.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
very true. Very true. But you have to do that. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to, whatever it takes, you got to do it. You got to put in the work. You got to grind. You got to do it, man. So, yeah, I'm definitely happy with what I chose. And I'm happy with the path I'm taking, and it's paying off now, and it'll pay off in the future. It'll definitely pay off in the future, but it's still gonna take some work. I mean,
yeah, no, for sure.
no doubt.
But it's like, but you've already came this far. Like, you're not that far away.
Yeah, there's no stepping back now. I mean, no matter what, I'm not stepping back now. I can't. I have to keep going.
Yeah, and you are lucky that the boss you have now is cool.
He's cool. He's cool. I mean, like I said, everybody talks shit about their boss.
Do you think if your boss was like a total sack of shit, you would have given up the plumbing? Or just like tried to find like a different...
I would have just went and worked for another shop. I wouldn't have given up plumbing because right when I got into plumbing, everybody was so proud of me and was like, oh, wow, that's like a great trade. Like, that's
Yeah.
one you want to get into. So I was like, oh, yeah, all right, well, cool. So, like, I don't think I would have, like, given up on plumbing or given up on the trade, but I mean, if I had a shitty boss, I would have just found another shop to work for. But I mean, like I said, everybody talks shit about their boss. Everybody has their moments. My boss probably talks shit about me, and it's all good. It is what it is.
Who's the worst boss you've ever had?
Oh my god! I mean, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, bro.
The one next to Move Fitness?
Yes,
Fucking hell, dude.
yes.
Fuck.
Is she actually? I mean, I won't say she was a shitty boss. I've never really had a shitty boss, but working at Chuck E. Cheese, I guess I would say is the worst job I've had, just because it was like a big corporation. Because other than that, I've worked for pretty like small businesses. But
Bro,
I mean,
Please tell me you put on the mouse costume, bro.
I never did.
Oh my
Never
god.
did. I'm proud to say it. A lot. Everybody has to when you work there.
What? Everyone has to?
I mean, essentially, I never did because, well, I worked there for 4 months, and I had there was 3 times where I was gonna get training in the in the Chuck E. Cheese costume, and like the first time somebody called out and they needed me to fill in for somebody else, so they had to not do my training and had to have somebody else go in the Chucky costume that night.
Oh my god.
And then another time, something came in the way, and for some reason, I never got my training in the Chucky costume, and I never had to do it. But to be honest, like, it was a pretty cool job. Like, the first couple months, I worked, like, on the game room floor. So at the start of my shift, I had to go around and test every single game in the fucking in Chuck E. Cheese. So I had to play every game once. So that was pretty fucking cool. I got to shoot hoops and throw the football and play skee ball and shit. And then the last couple months I worked there, I worked in the kitchen, so I got to learn how to make the pizzas and learn the get-go of that. So that was pretty dope too, but it wasn't that bad really. It was just like, I guess if I had to say the shittiest job I've had, it was Chuck E. Cheese. But
what kind of training for wearing the Chucky costume? Like, what dances to do?
yeah, what dances, and mostly just how to interact with the children.
Jesus.
You just have to learn how to interact
Christ,
with the
dude.
children, because so many kids get scared of Chucky. I mean, I have a couple nephews that are, or that used to be really scared of Chucky. Like,
Bro, I would have quit in a fucking second if they
You'd
told me to put on that fucking
you'd
costume.
think so, but I don't think it's really that bad. Plus, everybody that went in the Chucky costume got to go into the back room and take like a free 20-minute break just to put on the costume and take it off and shit. It was like, all right, whatever.
Bro, just the thought of fucking like after like singing and dancing for an hour for some kid, you go into the back room, you're just like,
Take a shot of
I swear to God, I don't know how I'm gonna last another month at this job.
I mean, you're describing Blades of Glory. Have you seen Blades of
Yeah,
Glory?
yes.
Yeah. Will Ferrell
Yeah.
and Blades. You're describing that scene. That's hilarious.
That's fucking awesome.
That's a great movie.
Fucking-
Underrated, by the way. Underrated movie.
Oh, dude, I think it's so good, man.
Such a good movie.
That might be Will Ferrell's my second favorite Will Ferrell movie.
I'd say it's top 5. I mean, you got Anchorman,
Step
Step
Brothers,
Brothers,
clearly number
Talladega
one.
Nights.
Oh, Talladega Nights
Come
is so
on,
good.
man. Come
dude.
on. You got Elf. Elf is classic.
Oh, I don't like it as much as other people, but like,
I think you're missing out.
no, I'm not saying I don't like it. Just people are like obsessed with it.
What else by Will Ferrell, by the way?
I really-
Old School. Have you seen Old School?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
have.
great Will Ferrell performance, dude.
I really like Kicking and Screaming.
I love that movie, dude. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Growing up, I watched that
Bro.
so many times.
Fucking Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka.
Bro. Dude, the funniest part was when he's smoking in the house, and every time the wife comes in, he gives him the cigar. He's like, no smoking, he's no smoking. Give me the fucking cigar.
That's a great movie, dude. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, that's a fucking. I mean, obviously, because I played soccer too. I fucking.
Yeah, true.
That movie was funny.
I
as
watched that
shit.
so much growing up. I actually had the DVD of that. I have so many DVDs.
Dude, do you remember? Remember when we lived across the hall from each other, in those apartments,
Mm-hmm.
and I had trouble getting up my Wi-Fi, so you gave me your DVD player.
Yeah. My Blu-ray, and I let you borrow like 30.
Here's Bandit. Where have you been?
Go up to Matt. Go
Where
up
have
to
you
Matt.
been?
Yeah,
Come on.
Good boy, Bandit. I let you borrow the Blu-ray, and I gave you like 20 DVD sets, and we actually watched a few. Remember when we watched Project X at your house?
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
it is. Yeah, I fucking remember like being so pissed the Wi-Fi wasn't working, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna watch Harry Potter tonight or something, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Oh yeah. We should probably wrap this up,
How long have we been going for?
dude. 2 hours, almost exactly.
Wow. Went by fast.
Right,
Great first podcast.
dude. It does go by fast.
It goes by fast.
It makes you realize that like Joe Rogan's podcast, like they probably don't realize they're going for that long.
They go for 3 hours, almost minimum every time.
Dude, the Protector Parks guys go for 5 hours
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Great episodes, too.
Oh, dude. They haven't
I
posted
feel-
one in a little bit.
I feel like I should be promoting something for all your fans. Like, I need something to promote.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sure.
I mean,
fucking-
shit. I talked about it at the beginning of the episode. Dark Thoughts, Tom Segura, Matt. You shit on me for my bad story, but it's a great.
No, it
it's
was
a great show.
It was a good story. I was just like,
Yeah, well,
you
what-
said
you said it
I
was
was saving a story for the pod.
No. We talked about Tom Segura, so I said I have a good story about that. I'll say it on the pod.
You were like, bro, I got a crazy story for the pod. and
Now
I was
you're
like,
just over exaggerating. You're misleading your fans. So I feel like I should promote something. It's Dark Thoughts, Tom Segura's new show on Netflix. I've binged it all last night. 20-minute episodes. Really funny show.
You're promoting it as if like you work for Netflix
I-
and
I-
you get some sort of like.
I just need something to promote. I feel like every time I watch a podcast, somebody's on there to promote something. I feel like I should be doing that. My wife did not like it. She turned it off in the first 2 minutes. Matt hated my story, but hey, it's a really funny show. I highly suggest you watch it yourself. Whatever, you know?
No, dude, I like I'm watching Better Call Saul and that's on Netflix. So
Yeah.
last night when I opened up Netflix, I saw it and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" Cuz I haven't listened to any pods with Tom recently, so
Sure.
I didn't know about it, but on Rogan he said it was like the funnest times he's ever had filming it.
Yeah, it really is it's a funny ass show. And if you're a fan of Tom, it's really funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had a really good time on your pod, man. This is great. I mean, it's my first time ever doing a pod, obviously. So
Dude,
this is really cool. I feel like I'm getting comfortable on the mic. I hope
right?
it sounds good. I hope it turns out good. We'll
See, bro, it just flows, man.
It really does fly. I mean, I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours. That's wild.
Bro, because maybe I'm wrong, but you probably thought it would be similar to times in the past when I would like vlog and shit.
Maybe a little bit, but also I was almost nervous because I'm such a fan of podcasts. Like, I mean, nearly all I listen to at work is podcasts. It gets me through the day. I love podcasts. So I was almost like, what the fuck will I do on a podcast? But then we just started going, and it's my first time on a mic, and it just felt like we got flowing after a while. It was just like, felt like nothing.
Yeah, right? Because like you and I dude, I mean sometimes we talk on the phone for like hours, just
Hours.
in general.
Hours.
So it feels like that with this, and then every 5 minutes you forget, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm holding this. Oh yeah, we're like filming something."
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, but dude, honestly, shout out to you for fucking suggesting moving this.
yeah,
Cuz this background is really sick.
and hey, thank you for coming to my house. I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, and I'm glad we had a good little setup. This is
Well, honestly,
It's
this is a
nice.
cooler setup than it would have been at my place.
well, good. Hey, well, we're welcome to do it here anytime. Honestly, the Cole and Doe show.
Cole and Doe show.
We'll see if it continues.
Well, dude, I'd love to regularly have you on if you want.
I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. I genuinely had a good time. This is fun. Like I said, I feel comfortable on the mic now that I'm doing it. And
Right.
maybe on the next episode we can get into your stand up and your future in stand up, because we didn't get to touch on that, and we didn't get to touch on the open mic that we went to pretty recently. But not that I want to tonight, but we can get into that on the next podcast and talk about your future in stand up too.
Yeah, 'cause honestly, since we went on Wednesday, I just been like thinking like way more than usual. Like, man, I gotta do it, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Just thinking in my head of like, dude, like the times the most I think of shit is like right when I put my phone down and I'm like trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty natural for a lot of people.
Sometimes
though.
I feel like, because I'm so, again, I don't want to take this on too long, but I'm such a fan of comedy and podcasts. Sometimes I feel like I come up with bits, so I feel like I could give you some good insights and maybe give you some good premises too. So we can get into that more later on.
Okay,
Fun.
okay. Well, to wrap this up, should we pay homage to We Might Be Drunk?
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
Well, and I wanted to tell you a bit.
Oh, Peeve Rex in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me a bit.
Should we do that real quick then wrap up?
Yep, and then I'll take a shot as well.
Okay. So. Okay. Pet peeves, Rex, a bit.
Just a bit though. We'll do Peeve Rex in a bit on another one, but let's just do a bit for tonight. If that's where you were going with this.
It was. I fucking So a bit that I've been thinking about doing, fuck, I'm gonna be honest. I had one and I just totally fucking blanked. But
okay.
but in my notes I write down loads. So
love it.
I guess I'll just look at one
I love it.
and one that I think is good. God, I actually write down so much shit, dude. Oh my god. The most recent one I wrote was I don't have like actual jokes written out for it. It's just like the premise.
I like
I just wrote down premise. LGBTQ people love the idea of more men going to prison because it creates more gays.
All right.
Is that a decent premise for a bit or no?
Yeah. And you know
I feel like there's something there.
there is something there, and there's a specific like I don't know. I'm not too familiar in this area, but there's a jail in Spokane where they send most like gays or pedophiles, because if they went to a normal prison or jail,
Oh,
they would
General Pop.
or something like that. They would get fucked up
Yeah.
by the general population because they're pedophiles or gay. So like you could have something there with like, hey, you don't want to go to this jail because you might get, graped a little more than the other one.
Maybe.
Could be something there. I don't know. I'm no comic.
Yeah.
We're just spitballing here.
But I sure like I mean we're at the same level. It's
We're
not like
spitballing
I've done it twice.
We're spitballing.
Yeah, we're spitballing. I just feel like that's a decent premise because obviously like, like a lot of guys go to prison and then the only option for sex they have is like to fuck other dudes. So then they become accustomed to that, so they become gay. So then like I don't know, just a bit like maybe that's why like the woke people are so crazy and like wanting like so into like being like, oh, gotcha, like
feel like-
canceled, like go to jail.
I feel like that could do okay at an open mic. Like if you worked on it, I feel like that could do pretty good at an open mic. Maybe we'll find out.
Dude, that's the thing about stand up. You literally have zero idea until you get up on that stage.
Also, with you getting me more comfortable on a mic, maybe one day I'd do an open mic just for the fuck of it. Because honestly, I feel like it's good for your like social cues or whatever the word may be. Just to go up and try something new every now and then. Could be fun.
Yeah, also like, they always say that like the two biggest fears that humans have are public speaking and a physical confrontation.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's almost one of those things where it's like if you're able to like it doesn't even have to be successful. Like you could bomb or in a fight get your ass kicked, but it's more like if you had the courage to actually do it,
Yeah.
then like no matter the outcome, like, you're like almost like, holy shit, I actually did that.
It builds you up. I haven't really
Yeah.
had either of those, so it could be good for my confidence.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll see.
Well, it's different for everyone. I mean, dude, look at the guy who did it because he lost a forfeit.
Yeah,
He actually-
that guy
he
that
actually did
lost in
decent.
the fantasy league. We should
actually-
talk about it more on another pod. But
Yeah, I mean, dude, obviously, like, we could go on for hours. So
we'll talk about it more on the next Cole and Doe show.
So do you have a bit? Because if you don't, I can just bring up a second one.
No. Let's leave the bits for the next one. What do you want to keep this going for 3 hours?
No, like we said, instead of doing pet peeves, Rex, and a bit, we would just do like a bit. So I
don't have a bit. I don't have a bit.
Okay, should I just do one more?
Yeah, I'll listen. I'm here for it.
No, I mean it's not like we're gonna.
I mean
talk-
I'm gonna end the pod with a shot. So
No, I know, and it's not like we're gonna spend 20 minutes talking about some
Yeah,
random bit
I'm
I've
here
written down.
for it. I'm here for it.
Okay, this one's retarded. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck, there's just so many random ones in here.
All right,
What? What are you what are you gonna say?
I almost have a really stupid one.
Let's hear it, bro.
So you know how when you get your wisdom teeth taken out and you can't like smoke or anything because you'll get dry socket. Do you know what dry socket is?
No.
So dry socket, like when you get your wisdom teeth out and you have stitches in your mouth, it's almost just like a throwaway little bit to go up on stage with. But like if you smoke after you get your wisdom teeth out, you'll get like dry socket. It's like, I don't know, it's like an infection in your mouth. So it's almost like just a quick throwaway joke. It's like, yeah, I recently got my wisdom teeth taken out. Had to start vaping through my butthole for a couple weeks.
That's not bad.
It's almost like a quick throwaway one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost just something that's never been done, you know.
Yeah, and then you could even like take out your vape and act like you're fucking.
Yeah, and it's almost like, yeah, it really hits your system quicker through your asshole.
That's like not only is that a decent like joke, but that's actually true. Fucking, I remember hearing about kids at Wazoo would shove like vodka covered tampons up their ass.
That's a Workaholics episode too, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they have like a frat guy on that they meet, and he likes to shove vodka soaked tampons up his asshole, and because it hits your it goes into your bloodstream quicker.
Dude, I just feel like that's so stupid, man.
Shout out to Stan Halen from Workaholics.
Shout out to Stan Halen. But okay, 2 hours and 11 minutes.
All right.
I'm actually really happy too because on my brother-in-law's camera, for some reason it would always turn off after an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I was always weirdly paranoid that would happen. But like, you see the red light on the camera?
I guess so, yeah. I do see it, yeah.
Yeah, that means it's filming.
Okay.
So like, that's going. This is going.
And
I've never done a pod this
hey,
long.
maybe next time we'll hit him with the peeves in a wreck.
Pet peeves, Rex in a bit.
Yeah. We hit some bits on this one. We'll hit peeves in a wreck on the next one.
I also don't have any Rex right now, so maybe like I'll spend the next week.
I have a couple wrecks. We'll catch them on the next one. It's just a couple of TV shows. But for now, shout out to Mark Norman and Sam Morril.
Two of the best comics in the
We
game
might
right
be
now.
drunk.
Honestly, two comics
Bodega Cat.
that like really got me heavy into comedy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, me too. And you got me into them too. So shout out to you. So this is their whiskey, and we love them a lot.
Yeah, and then soon we'll both be swigging. I can't wait to do a pod when we're just fucked up.
That's what I was thinking too. Like if we can do like a buzz or a drunk pod and play some games or something, it'd be fun.
Yeah, and then the only other thing is like that we didn't implement into this time, that I want to do next time is like the Reddit stories.
Yes, that'd be fun too. We'd have some fun with that.
No, we will. I mean, dude. I mean, obviously, like took your pod virginity.
Yes.
But you enjoyed it.
I did. I actually did a lot. Like I said, it feels good to be on a mic. Actually, it kind of does. I hope the audio turns out good. I hope I did all right. I know at the beginning you were telling me to get a little closer, so hopefully it's all right. And next time, hopefully we can have another homie on the pod too.
Yeah, I wonder how we would maybe we'd have a beanbag in the middle. Or
Yeah, it'll
something?
be fun to have a bean. Like if we have 3 people with a beanbag, it won't feel like the ratio's too off. But for this, it was nice.
Yeah, but maybe next beanbag in the middle, we can kind of tilt these more. But
Yeah,
I don't know, we'll figure something out. But
for sure.
yeah, guys, this is my first pod after 6 months. Feels really good to start doing because obviously I really enjoyed doing it with my brother-in-law. Then he stopped, started doing it on my own a little bit. Then I stopped, but obviously, Coleman's been very good buddy for a long time, and the conversation just flowed. It was really nice. But yeah, I want to get into start doing this at least twice a week, solo episodes by myself. Obviously, you'll be a recurring guest.
I'll pop in whenever you'd like.
Yeah, and then obviously you have such a cool setup here. And then maybe we can even keep adding to it and shit.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I have 16 subscribers. So
Hey, 17.
hey, oh really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I didn't see it on my phone. Oh fuck, yeah, but yeah, this is just getting back into the flow of it. Felt really good, and yeah, we'll just keep getting better and better. I mean, even though maybe it was I was gonna say even though it was sloppy, but I don't feel like it was sloppy.
Nah.
It was sick setup, fucking
Yeah.
great conversation,
It's a
not
good time.
awkward,
Good
and
time.
2+ hours. I've never done a pod that was over 2 hours.
We were just going. I didn't even check the time once.
Yeah, every now and then I would only check to see if it was still recording.
Yeah.
That's
no,
the only thing I
That was
do.
awesome.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more pods. You'll be seeing loads of me and our other friends and different types of content, little segments, bits we can do on the pod. Coleman, thanks again for doing this, bro.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, and with that, have a good night.
Doe show.
Dojo. Peace.